here. We're on a gallery view. So all three of us are on camera, just so y'all know. Here we go.
Come on in, guys. Come on in.
It's a cold opening. There we go. Die Hard Sports is live, man. Let's get this going.
Oh, let me tell my camera. I'm going to make my way out to the garage.
Making his way to the garage. Let me make sure no one gets a tour of your house. Oh, he turned it off himself. Okay.
Good. Gotcha.
Bye, Ross.
I'm learning the Zoom thing.
You're doing a good job so far.
Especially
already better than compared to when I started using it.
My 7-year-old taught me everything I needed to know.
It's crazy to think about that, man. That's like when our parents would tell me as kids about video games and computers and all that stuff, how we knew ahead of them. Craziness.
Luke was 2 years old and able to just rock out on Overwatch and all kinds of video games. It's crazy.
All right. National flag football. I got so many pages to share this. So almost done, gentlemen. Then we can start talking. It's a nice evening here. Night 4, technically, of Ocean City. We started our coverage on Sunday night. Here we are, Wednesday night. It's been a great time. Good evening, everybody. We're officially live. We got people on. Let's do this. Try Hard Sports, Team Blunt Talk. We present to you this broadcast of an episode of The Extra Yard of Keith Giles. Joining me at this time, you see him right there on screen, Mr. Keith Giles. Keith, welcome to the show.
Oh, it's nice to have the show again, and nice to see Joey, and nice little add-on here with the great Ross Collins joining us here tonight.
Yes, Ross Collins joining us. He's muted right now. He has no video, so we have no idea what he's doing.
Probably better that way.
It's definitely better.
Oh, he heard us.
Oh, there he is.
I'm still trying to get situated here. My bad.
Live inside our studio at an undisclosed location is Ross Collins.
A little different angle. This is like the back wall. That's the one Joey is usually looking at while he does the shows.
Yeah, you're sitting exactly where you sit at every broadcast, so that's absolutely perfect, Ross. Glad to see you bring it. Keith Giles, he's live up in the Keystone State. I'm down here in Harrisonburg. Night 3 for me on this couple-day tour in Virginia. And then I got a 6-hour drive from here to Ocean City tomorrow to make.
Woo-woo!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a long day. Trust me on that.
It's gonna be a wonderful day. What you mean?
It's gonna be a wonderful weekend. We're stoked. We're looking forward to it. Anyways, gentlemen, let's go ahead. We've done enough talking about random stuff. Let's get to the nitty-gritty. I want to be in bed at a good time tonight. Let's start it off by looking at the B bracket going into this on terms of the matchups and teams. For that, I'm going to pull up this video portion. Here we go. Can we get it on camera? Get this image up. Here we go. Come on. Perfect. Coming now. There's the schedule as seen already. Of course, the B games listed are going to be over here at Northside Park as well as at Ocean City Baptist, where it's all B games. So let's look at the schedule real quick, gentlemen, and some of the teams. Let's go through the teams first, however. First off, looking from the left onward to the right is going to be Team Petty. They're back in the fold. Another tournament for them. Looking forward to seeing how they do. Team Petty always brings it, man. They always bring it, win, lose, or tie. That is a team that will play you tough. They're physical. They will talk mad shit throughout the game. And if you let it get in your head, it's already over. They are one of those teams that if you lose the psychological game and the physical game, they could beat you in both. Trust me.
I was going to say, good hard-nosed football team right there.
Very, very old school flag football team indeed. And, I'm looking forward to seeing Team Petty in this tournament. Really dug their new uniforms they had back at Nationals. Yeah, those were pretty tight. Don't got a photo on me at the moment. Other team jumping in, Broadaxe. They're back on the circuit. This is the first time Broadaxe has been in a tournament since Ocean City 2018. Usually that's a staple for that tournament. They missed 2019 because at the time they were going through a bit of a quarterback purgatory. As you all know, at the time, Tyler Murdiff, he left after the spring of 18. Ryan Grable was out in the fall of 17. He retired, which put them in a spot where for a couple years, Broadaxe wasn't really in the quarterback market. After Mert, they experimented. They had Big Mike playing quarterback for a little bit. They brought TJ Williams in. That didn't quite work out. He started out hot, but it fizzled out as the season went on. The next year, at the time of the Ocean City 2019 tournament, they had Kevin Clancy at quarterback. But as you know, Kevin Clancy is a bullet all the way, bang, bang, and a warrior some days. But, you take a look at Broadaxe since then. After Clancy, they brought in Timmy Townsend. He's going to be making his circuit debut. And right in front of him, right by his side, leading the way is going to be the return of Tyler Murdiff after a 3-year absence from Broadaxe. It's crazy to think May 2018 was the last time we saw Tyler Murdiff in that classic Broadaxe blue and yellow. And I'm really excited to see what Mert can do back with Broadaxe. And I do feel like he's going to be a big factor. Remember, Tyler Murdiff was the quarterback for AFN back in 2019. Remember, they are the defending B champions of this tournament. But he was the quarterback of that team, and they averaged about 21 points per game on offense in those 6 games, going 6-0. A very dominant MVP-like performance. We'll see what Merck can do for Broadaxe this time around. Also joining the foray, the Long Island Demons. The Demons were a team that made some noise in B in 2019. They beat AFN in Albany for the championship and then lost in a very close nail-biter with the 148 Outlaws in Rhode Island that year. So you got a team who definitely has the credentials coming in. Last time I covered them in a tournament was Worlds in 2020. They had a tough draw that weekend with Renegades and, of course, with Scorpions on that schedule. They didn't make day 3. And last year, COVID was an issue for them. We're looking forward to seeing the Demons back at it. It's crazy. I haven't actually covered a Demons game in 2 years. The last time I saw them live up close was against AFN in the quarterfinals. And that beat.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought they were kind of a new team until you shared that video of AFN playing them back then. I know I've heard of them, but I don't think I've ever covered them at all.
No, they I don't think they've really been in too many D&B tournaments in the last couple of years. And so because of that, and because I think COVID was an issue with them last year, we didn't get a chance to see the Long Island Demons at Nationals. And I felt like, this is a squad that should be given a look and attention. It keeps cutting to you, Ross, for some reason on your end, and I have no idea as to why. It's really bad. I'm talking and it just keeps cutting to you, and it's like, why am I seeing Ross's reaction?
I'm chewing the shit. Hold on. I'll fix it.
You're chewing too loud, Ross. Come on. You chew louder than I do. Jeez.
No, that's not true. Hold on.
Fix it, Ross. Anyways, going forward, we got the Killer Bees as well. Mr. Keith Giles. Killer Bees. You guys, and the jersey's right behind me. I got it covering the doorknob. Not as good as it should be, though. Let me fix that. You see too much there. But you got to give credit to the Bees. We're happy to see them travel. You guys had a taste of what Circuit Ball was back at Gettysburg in 2018 and the Summer Classic with Rampage and Adrenaline Rush that day. I don't know if you were there or not. Were you there that day, Mr. Giles, when the Killer Bees took on Rampage and ADR in Gettysburg?
In Gettysburg, yes. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, I've been a part of every tournament that we've been in so far. So it's been a while. That was probably, 2 years ago?
We're actually at 3 years ago now.
3 years ago now? Whew,
3 years, God. Man. That was the first time I saw the Killer Bees was against Adrenaline Rush in that tournament. A 29-0 ADR win. I think, though, this Bees team has matured a lot. They grew up a lot. I think it's going to be a little bit different this time around. We'll see when we talk about the Killer Bees later on. Let's go to the other field for the B bracket. We got Dirty Birds and Rampage, those two teams. Let's look at the Dirty Birds first. They're out in New Jersey. I've been hearing a lot about them. They'll be at AC. I haven't seen them at all. This will be the first time I've had a chance to see the Dirty Birds. So looking forward to seeing what they could bring to the table. Rampage, we know all about Rampage. They've been around for a while. They're a big staple in the DMV. We just had them over the weekend on Sunday in the Owings Mills League. They pulled off a big win over the Misfits and also knocked out Rideout, who's always up there in the top 10 in the country in the B bracket. Always a good B team. Really looking forward to seeing Rampage in this tournament. They definitely have a shot at winning it. You know, some may say they may be the odds-on favorite. Going ahead, look at 717 Elite. From what I gather, I think this is going to be another YAFFL team, and I get the feeling you'll see a lot of primetime Gusto Land guys on this one. And it's going to be interesting. You know, we see what these guys could do if it is the same core group of guys. But like, we'll see what happens because they definitely could. We've seen what they can do in York and around Pennsylvania. Let's see what they do when they start traveling to our state and see how they fare.
Hopefully they can understand if it is the same core group of guys as prime time. Hopefully they'll understand to leave the previous call behind them and move on to the next one. That'll make a big difference.
See what happens with 717 Elite. Next team on there, you got the LND Bulls. They are I wouldn't say they're a first year necessarily. A couple of their guys came from the 410 Ravens. You know, some of them got work last year over at the York tournament.
Is that Josh Floyd?
What's that?
Is that Josh Floyd and Elite and all them?
No. Josh Floyd, no, Bulls are not that. You haven't had him yet, Ross. You'll get him later on in the season.
Are they in the LMFFL too?
Yeah, they're. I had them on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, they were the team I covered on Sunday. You haven't had them yet. You didn't get a chance to see them on that field.
Yeah, I got you. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the other side of the 410 Ravens that split off. Gotcha.
Yeah. Going down the list further, FOE, they had a pretty good performance at Nationals. They looked the best I'd ever seen them look. I feel like they hit a turning point with that tournament. And I think that this time around, they have a chance to really do some work in Ocean City. Against them is Maryland Benham, Robbie Sparks and company. This is actually going to be a rematch from the OMFFL playoffs last year. Those two had faced off, which Venom won. Should be a good game at 11:30. You know, Venom and company, they're competitive, man. They're tough. They will play hard. They'll play well. We'll look forward to seeing what they can do in this tournament. X-Dogs, they're making their return to the circuit. It's been 2 years since we last saw the Dogs on the circuit. That was Ocean City 2019. They went 2-0 on day one. They had a plus 40 entering day two. Gave it to the Blackhawks, who were a little undermanned that day. Seems to be a bit of a problem with the Blackhawks in some tournaments. They come a little undermanned, and it comes back to hurt them. We'll have some more on them a little bit later. But X-Dogs, they're back in it. They ended up losing in the quarterfinals of that tournament to the Renegades. So we'll see what the Dogs can do this time around. They've won Ocean City before, but it was a much different game back then. So we will see just what this X-Dogs team has entering this tournament. Excited to see them back out there. I feel like they're one of those teams that should have been playing circuit ball, but you know, they got their way of things over there. They're busy with real life stuff, and I applaud it because no matter what, they're always, always, always going to bring 100% to the field.
Yeah.
You take a look, Blackhawks is the other team, Tommy Lightfoot and company, defending MAFL champions. They were actually the only team to beat the NTB Wolfpack at Nationals this past year, the reigning B bracket national champion. They got them 10-7 on Saturday before the Wolfpack got revenge the next morning in the Sweet 16 tournament.
Yeah.
Then you go looking at it, Riot Squad. Riot Squad, I had a glimpse of them over at Nationals. They played Rob Lane and the Blazers very well in that first round game on Sunday. Just didn't have the offense to get enough points to win it, but it was a very competitive game. And, when you're able to hang with an A quarterback like Rob Lane defensively, that speaks a lot to what your team can do. So I'm really looking forward to seeing them in this tournament. That game of X-Dog is going to be very intriguing. You're going to get a very interesting defensive game out of that.
Yeah.
Also on there, the Long Island Ducks, they're coming down from the GCFFA. They're always playing A teams. They're an A team up there in the GCFFA. They're playing against the likes of the Punisher and Strong Island. So they're more than ready for this tournament. The Long Island Ducks is one of those teams. They're always up there, one of the best teams to come out of the North. They're going to bring it to this tournament. Looking forward to seeing them. I missed them at Nationals. I don't know. Did you have them, Ross? I think you came in late in their game. I think that was the battery issue.
I came in late. That was the game that I was supposed to record, and I had to go to Walmart and get new cords for the damn phone. So
yeah, because we had 2 cords die on us in a 2-day span.
Like 3 or 4 of them. It was literally like 3 or 4.
Hey, overcoming the odds. That's what TBT does. Going and looking around to the next game, or next team, rather, I should say. And, man, it keeps cutting you for some reason, Ross. It's really weird. Or is this lagging? I don't realize it yet. Probably that. Yeah, because I think it's the stream messing with me, because I see 2 pick. That's what's messing with me. Jesus. All right. Looking ahead, Baez Auto. We talk about how X-Dogs have been a staple of Southern Pennsylvania for 20 years. If there is a team that can challenge the X-Dogs for that state, it's Baez Auto. You look at the resume that the boys in blue have put in the last couple of years, it has been insane. Runner-up Ocean City 2019 to AFN. Semifinalists Virginia Beach lost to AFN, who went on to win the tournament. Charm City lost to Rideout in the semis, who went on to win the tournament. Clash of York 1 lost on day 2 to the Renegades, who went on to be a runner-up in that tournament. You look at the next month when they played in Capital Classic, top 8 again. You go back to Worlds, top 8 again. You look at Clash of York 2. They got to the semifinals before falling just short to Aftermath after playing them competitively twice. And then you get to Nationals this past year. Baez got to the quarterfinals again. They ended up falling to the St. Louis Spartans, who ended up being the runner-up of that tournament. Baez, always a bridesmaid in 9-man. They haven't been a bride yet. This may be their time. This might be it for Baez Auto. They definitely have that potential to win this tournament. They're going to come heavy from that York area. There's a lot of players up there, close to 1,000 players who play up in YAFFL. And I said it, they are the team. They are the standard of York. They showed it over the last 2 years, and they showed it back at Clash of York when they beat Gusto Land in that quarterfinal matchup that you, Ross Collins, had.
Yeah, I was going to say that was one of the best games I've covered. So is that, dude, the atmosphere of that game was straight Pennsylvania. In a good way. In a good way, yeah.
That old school high school matchup between Western PA schools. Yeah.
It was almost like what I would compare it to is almost if you had like 2 different quarterbacks at the same high school. that both separated and made their own teams, and then they came together and played each other.
I can see that.
That's the best way I can describe it. It was like a high school flag football game type of. You guys are right down the street from us, I guess, would be a better way to put it.
That crosstown rival. You know, you're in the same city. You guys know each other. You hang out at the same places. And you see each other not just on the field, but you might see them walking into a Sheetz, walking into a grocery store, maybe at a restaurant. These are guys that if you lose that game, you got to hear about it later on. And, you know, Baez to me that day showed they are still the team in that region. And they've been dominating YAFFL for a decade now. You look at the other team in there, Tri-State Spartans. They're coming in from the 4-state. Don Brown and company. They are bringing in a lot of talent with a lot of potential. You know, that Martinsburg, West Virginia area has been always rich with a lot of football talent. And, you know, what's notable about them is they are a team that played very well in the last 6-7 months. This is a team that I would not have had on the circuit September of last year. Just looking at where they were September of last year. They
probably more football than anybody on this list in the past year. They probably just all together. They probably played more football.
It's crazy because they were a team who practiced all the way. They practiced all year. They didn't stop. I don't think they have stopped. I think they practiced every weekend since last January at this point.
Yeah,
they're putting in the work, and we're looking forward to seeing what the Spartans can do. You know, one thing about them that stands out to me, they are a predominant West Virginia team. Their name is Tri-State, but 90% of the talent comes from that eastern panhandle of West Virginia. And, you know, I think it's awesome to see that state represented in 9-man. I think it's a big coming out party for that group. They're going to have a test, though, with Baez and Bad Boys, who, you know, Bad Boys combination, the best of the Renegades, the best of Aftermath, from what I was told. They're going to come together. And, you know, we saw them about 2 weeks ago at OMFFL. You had them against the Maryland Venom, Ross. They definitely have that old Renegade swag and spark, but I do feel like they definitely have what it takes to win this tournament and make a lot of noise in the circuit year. They dropped from A to B, but they definitely can play up to that A level.
Oh, yeah, big facts. You can tell it was like their first outing when I did their game. You could tell it was like their first outing, but other than that, yeah, they'll be fine. I think they'll be fine for this.
I think so too. You look at the other teams, Maryland Titans. You know, this is a team who's been a bit different since the change of quarterback. You know, we talked about it on the OMFFL show at a Nationals. Locke stepped down after years of being the guy at that position. He brought Doc in to come in and play after Doc spent a long time playing on the A circuit for a good bit. You know, Doc's a veteran. He's been around the game for a long time, and the spark he brought to that team on offense at Nationals was insane. They played some of the best ball I've seen in years out of them in that offensive area, and they had quite a run for themselves. They got to the quarterfinals before falling to Rampage, but they were making some noise along the way and showed they can come out and play. And, you know, they definitely could sneak into that semifinal spot. We saw that at Capital Classic a few years ago. The last DMV tournament, they made the semifinals. So let's see what they got. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Titans got. This next team, they're a familiar team. We've known about the affiliate nation for many, many years. And the resume they put together in 2019, the last full circuit year, it was insane. You know, the Atlantic City, they got to the championship game. Ocean City, they won. Virginia Beach, they won. Albany, runner-up. Charm City Classic, they played in A against the likes of the Strong Island Bulldogs. You know, you look at Capital Classic, AFN got to the semifinals, falling to the Scorpions. And then Worlds, they got to the quarters, fell to the NTB Wolfpack, who ended up being the runner-up. And that was the last time AFN won a circuit game. or a 9-man tournament game in any capacity since then. Clash of York. You take a look at it. 0-3 at Clash of York. Lost to Baez Auto. Lost to the Blackhawks. Lost to the Scorpions. You take a look at it. You had, in the case of Nationals, 0-3 as well. And it wasn't a bad 0-3. It wasn't like they got blown out. They just couldn't win at the end. Ross, you had AFN when they took on the Nomads in that tournament. And you think about it now, it's scary to think. They don't quite have the dogs they used to have.
I was going to say that, honestly. My opinion, I actually thought about that earlier today. In my opinion of the AFN Nomad game, it was all – I think I even said it during my live broadcast. It was all Tay. It was Tay Sosa making things happen. Without Tay, I don't know.
Yeah, and now that they don't have Tay, the question is, can Keytrail Lewis step up? I've heard he's the guy at AFN now. And, Trail, he showed that potential for many years. He definitely can play. Because of that 8-man style in Virginia, but he's won before with AFN, back in the spring of 18 in Washington County. He came up here and won the league. I may be wrong, but I think he may have been the quarterback of Virginia Beach as well. If not, correct me in the comments. When they won that tournament. I think AFN, you just got to wonder, where are they now? This is not the affiliates of old.
They got a couple pieces still, but it's definitely not the affiliates of old.
Yeah, and I think it's crazy to think, man, where we were with this franchise 2 years ago when we were talking about them on the show, and life comes at you fast. It really does. And with AFN, a lot has changed since 2019. And we're going to get to the last one here. BSN, Brick Squad Nation. I think that was the team Renegades destroyed at Nationals in day one. Or was that Beast Mode? That might have been Beast Mode, actually.
Yeah, Brick Squad Nation sounds familiar, but I don't know too much about them.
I know they're from Rhode Island, but I've never covered a Brick Squad game, so I can't really say anything on Brick Squad right now.
Who are they playing?
What's that?
Who are they playing?
They are going to take on AFN and the Titans, which we will have coverage of. I think it's going to be interesting. Remember, it's tough. This is a B tournament where if you do lose 2 games, you go 0-2 on Saturday, you're looking at C bracket on Sunday. And I think that adds an intrigue factor to it. We'll see how that turns out. And that's in regards to this tournament. Ron Savage has invited me to watch his live video while I'm doing a live video. Okay, Ron. All right. So with that said, what's that?
I said thanks, but no thanks.
Oh, man. All love, Ron. With that said, let's get to what the rankings I had at the end of the circuit year that just passed, 2020. This is what I had after Nationals. As you see, number one, obviously, I had NTB Wolfpack. They won the tournament. They were the best team in the country at the end of it. Can't dispute it. Can't deny it. Wolfpack, best of the best. Number two, of course, I had at the end of that tournament was the Spartans. Their defense balled out all weekend. They beat the Renegades twice, and in that second game, they just blew them out. They picked off Jaleel 4 times. Made a big run, got to the championship. Just not enough against the Wolfpack, however. Then after that, you got Rampage, and that final ranking I had after Nationals. Rampage always brings it, as I mentioned. They had a good performance, fell short to the NTB Wolfpack in that semifinal. But before that, Rampage was balling, man. After that, I had Renegades, of course. They were my number one entering that tournament. They played well. They played well, just not well enough to win it. They definitely had the guys to make something happen. I'll get to adding people in a minute, Chico. I'm just right now going through the teams and all that stuff. So any of you guys waiting for the Zoom call, I sent you the link. I'm just waiting to go through this stuff, and then we'll get to the actual call portion. So bear with me on that, fellas. If you are watching, I apologize for the long delay. Just wanted to try and make sure I got in everything I wanted to say to start the show. We'll go in the order of people who jumped in to the best of my ability. After that, I had the New Jersey Blazers, Rob Lane and company. They had a good run at Nationals. They had a pretty tough schedule as well. You know, they had to play Rampage. They had to play Nomads. They ended up getting to the quarterfinals before losing to the Wolfpack. To me, they were the fifth best team at the end of that tournament in the B bracket. I had Long Island Ducks at number 6 out of the GCFFA. You know, they played well, just couldn't finish against Renegades in that quarterfinal. Very competitive team, very good team. Looking forward, like I said, to seeing them in Ocean City. After that, looking at it, it was Baez Auto. Baez fell short to the St. Louis Spartans in that quarterfinal. Only a 7-point loss for Baez. They played the Spartans well, just not well enough against that defense that was just lights out all week at the Nationals. My 8th at that time was the Maryland Titans out of the OMFFL. Like I said, Doc and company, they made a run. They had a good run. They looked like a much different team than what we had seen out of the Titans the last couple of years. And I'm really excited to see like what they do in this tournament. Blackhawk, they had at number 9 that final ranking. They, like I said, the only team that defeated the NTB Wolfpack was the Blackhawks in that tournament. But like I said, Wolfpack got that win back. And then, of course, the final team I had in there was the Elite Rebels. You know, TJ Holston and company, they did well. So well that they thought they made the move to 8 this time around. So looking at that factor of it, a lot's going to change with these rankings. You know, I talked to Twan G the other night. I think he's trying to get on as well. We're going to see if we can get him on the air tonight. They have made it official. Wolfpack is now an A team. So the NTB Wolfpack has made the jump to A. He says he wants to play very soon in a tournament over here. So you're going to see the Wolfpack come to the East Coast sometime this spring or summer, hopefully soon. I know St. Louis 9-man, they're kicking off in 2 weeks finally. So really excited to hear from them. St. Louis, yeah. I also got some information. I know the Spartans of St. Louis, they intend to stay in B, but I don't think we're going to see them till Nationals next year at least. Maybe they'll pop in for a tournament. I hope so. I really do. It'd be great to see both Spartans and the Wolfpack make their way back over to the East. Rampage, they're still in it. Renegades, you know, we mentioned the merger or sort of merger. I don't know how exactly to describe it with Aftermath. Blazers, for what I gather, Rob Lane and company, they're back to A. They're going to play A in Atlantic City. So that's official. They're an A team now, so they're going to be out of the rankings. Ducks are in this tournament. Baez are still in it. Titans, Blackhawks still in it. Elite Rebels, they have made the jump. They're going to play A in Ocean City. So they are no longer in the rankings for B that we have. So let's go and take a look at the teams who got votes entering this new rankings. So like I said, with what's going on with the Wolfpack situation, they're no longer in B. They're in A now. So with that, we are vacating that spot. And in vacating that spot, we're going to reset the rankings. These are the 5 teams who did not make the cut, but could make that final cut come Sunday. As you see, you got Broad Axe in the Washington County Flag Football League. They, like I said, they have that potential. Tyler Murdoch back at quarterback can make a huge difference. Bear in mind, though, this is Mert's first circuit tournament since that OC tournament. So,
yeah, I was just it's been a little while since we've seen him, but
yeah, It's the thing is though, Tyler, he stays in shape. Tyler Murdoch is just one of those guys. He's going to be a competitor, and I've heard he's got more than just him and Nate coming down. There's some Altoona talent that may be on the Broad Axe squad this time around. I think they're going to be a team that will be underrated and could make some noise. Same for the X-Dogs. Like I said, the X-Dogs of the KFFL, they've always been a perennial contender yearly. The biggest thing that hurts them, like I said, is being out of the circuit for 2 years. But I look at them and what they've done. That 2019 squad they played was very good, only second to ADR in this area on terms of how good they were. The next season with X-Dogs, they looked a little rough in the regular season. But Matt and company, it seems like they are starting to put it together again. I think they're not as good as they were 2 years ago, but I do think that they can make noise in this one. They have a chance of that. We'll see.
Tri-State, this is a lot.
Was that Ross?
This is going to help them a lot playing in this tournament. Getting the young guys that they have now out traveling. It's a very good idea.
Yeah. The other team on there, Tri-State Spartans, like I said, Don and company, they got plenty of talent. It's just, are they circuit ready? That is the question. They were third. They were technically the third place team in WCFFL last year. Some may scuff at that, but that was a very deep Washington County league they were a part of last season, with Showtime bringing some A players. Misfits, of course, they were a huge last season. Regan brought the Beltway All-Stars over here. And they played them well, and they also played Showtime well in that semifinal, falling just short of Chris Boone and company in that game. They are that team who, if the talent can play and they are able to adjust to the circuit, they could do well. Maryland Venom, I feel like Robbie and they've been improving almost every tournament I've seen them at since it was the Baltimore Hawk days. This is probably the best team they're going to have coming in. The question is going to be where they end up at by the end of the weekend. They do have that potential, I feel, to be in that area, but we'll see. And, of course, AFN, we got to give some kind of love or shout out to the defending B bracket champions of this tournament. It's so crazy to think how much has changed since that Baez auto game 2 years ago. They're not the same affiliates, but at the same time, Ron Ross and company, they're going to come tough. They're going to come to play. They're not going to go down without a fight. I think they're aware of a situation. They're aware that they need something to happen big here. I don't know what they got coming in. I haven't seen AFN since Nationals. Truthfully, the last game I covered them was Clash of York 1. So we'll see what AFN has, or Clash of York 2, rather, coming into this tournament. So here's my top 10. Got it on screen. I don't know how good it looks. Might be a little cut off at FOE, but that's my top 10. Looking at it, number 10, FOE out of Maffle. Like I said, they had a really good performance at Nationals, I thought, which gives them momentum coming into this tournament. Mind you, these are all the teams participating in the tournament, not the teams in general. So no disrespect to a Rideout who's not in this. This is not me dissing them. I'm waiting to see when will they jump in the circuit. I think AC, we're going to have some more teams involved in that. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it grows throughout the time. Team Petty, number 9, of course, out of Maffle. Like I said, they're always going to come out there and play tough and physical. Battle is a genius at quarterback. He's a coach and a player. It does them both real well at the same time. Same with Blackhawks and Tommy Lightfoot. Depending on who they all got, they could definitely bring a squad that could be reckoned with entering this tournament. Riot Squad, like I said, that defense is extremely good. It's just they got to get that offense together. I feel like they do. They definitely have a chance to make some big-time noise in this tournament. Long Island Demons. It's been a while since we've seen the Demons. I think some might see this as disrespect to the Demons, but they haven't played in GCFFA yet this season. I think they played a Corona Classic, one of them last year. But outside of that, the last time we saw the Demons, like I said, was Worlds 2020. And, I read supposedly Heller won't be there for this tournament. So we'll see what the Demons got. And, of course, after that, we got Maryland Titans of the OMFFL. I guess they've gotten better with Doc at quarterback. I think he gives them a chance to compete in this tournament and possibly get up there and win it. They're one of those teams that could be a dark horse at the end. Baez, Auto, like I said, they're always up there, always consistent. You can never count out Baez. They were the runner-up of Ocean City in 2019, and I fully expect them to be a top 10 team at the end of this tournament again. Long Island Ducks, like I said, they're up there in GCFFA, and they're not playing just B teams. They're playing A teams. They're playing Punishers and Strong Island. Actually, I watched them the other day on my way to OMFFL against the Punishers. So they're going out there and getting the best of the best when it comes to bump up there in the north. They're not going against teams in their own division. They're looking up and taking the challenge. Of course, Bad Boys number 2. Like I said, the Renegades Aftermath combination, we'll see how it all gels and grows throughout the circuit year. I feel like it's a question for them. The only body of work we've seen is week 1 of OMFFL so far. I'm not going to count the exhibitions over the winter because, those were open tournaments where anybody can just get work. So we'll see what they got coming in here. And, of course, number 1, I got Rampage, and they've looked really good so far to start this season. A lot of people thought Rampage was dead after they lost some of the Misfit guys. And I feel like the reports of their death have been greatly exaggerated, to say the least. So we'll see what Rampage has and what these teams have. I'm looking forward to it in the rankings. Right now, however, let's go and take a look at the waiting room. We had 5 in there a minute ago. Looks like we got one guy at the top. I don't know what order even came in anymore. We'll add him in, see if we can get him on. Joining us right now from the Long Island Demons. He has no video yet. Can we get him some audio? I think he just got accepted. He was waiting in the lobby for a while in his defense. I was trying to get through that whole opening segment first. It's supposed to be Joe Casone. Let's see if we can get him on. But anyways, we're looking forward to these B games. Like I said, there will be a new rankings. Like I said, I'm just ranking who I feel like are the best teams coming into this for this tournament based on a body of work we've seen so far this year. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this progresses the rest of the year. Your thoughts, gentlemen, on the B rankings so far? I'm waiting to see if we can get Joe on. Still showing no video on his end.
I missed half of it, to be honest with you.
The hell are you even doing?
You know how it is here, man. I got fucking kids running around shit.
Roster.
I heard Rampage was 1. I did hear that. Which I can agree with that. I can dig that.
Yeah. No, I can dig it too. I completely agree with that. Of course, my rankings, but yeah.
Yeah. I would hope you would agree with it. They're yours.
You want me to put it back up for you, Ross? I'll put it back up for you.
Yeah, do that. Right.
I'm going to put it back up for you because you missed that entire portion of the show. It's okay. So this is what it was for entering this tournament. Look at these 10 teams. Ross, your thoughts?
I can dig that. I like that list, Jeff.
It's tough. It's tough right now because, like I said, we are still very early in the new circuit year. The body of work we have so far is just based on a few things. So let me see if we can get anybody else in here. Looks like Joe's taking a minute. I'm going to admit one more person in the room. See if we can get him on, an old familiar face who's making his return to Ocean City. He was in the A bracket championship game for the Maryland Bullets as their water boy. and Tao Guy back at Ocean City in 2019. But he was very close to getting that A championship for the first time. Now he's returning to the circuit. It's been a while since he's been here, but he's been to Ocean City many times. Tommy Hoffman, welcome to the show. We got him. Tom. Someone say something. Y'all gone quiet. What happened?
Oh, yeah.
Tom, you hear me?
I see him.
I see Tom.
Yeah. Should we wave?
Hi, Tom. I think his end froze because he's like not even moving. Damn, what was the problem?
Some technical difficulties. Oh, yep. There, he just went away.
Yeah, I think it froze on him. Okay. Nope, here comes Tommy.
All right.
There we go.
Tom,
what's up, fellas?
What's up, Tommy?
What's up, Tom?
How we doing?
Doing good, sir. How are you?
Man, you even got Ross Aroni on video? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I don't like it one bit, but here I am.
We're on
separate. That light in the back keep you all blurry.
It's not it's my phone is cracked right where the fucking thing is, so it picks up light really weird. That's why I'm trying to fix it. I've been over here doing this shit, all kinds of shit, but it is what it is.
Your wife says you're lying, by the way, Ross. There's no kids with you.
Yeah, I had to take a piss and refill my drink. I just blame my kids. I blame my kids for everything.
Jeez. Anyways, anywho, Tom, we mentioned 2 years ago, last time you were at Ocean City, you were with the Maryland Bullets. You got to the A bracket championship. Broad Axe did not play that season. Why was Broad Axe out for a while? We talked about the quarterback situation. Was that a big part of it, or was there other things going on with the Axe?
I would definitely say quarterback situation. After Grable and Mert retired on me, we had the one season with TJ. And then, at that time, Clancy was our quarterback. So, but he was going to play with Bullets, and we were kind of high and dry without a quarterback since he was playing for Bullets.
Yeah. And, with it was tough because, with that happening, you didn't quite have anybody to look at. And so with that Broad Axe, they didn't appear at Hagerstown. They appeared in City, rather, in 2019. James Battle just jumped in, by the way. Try to meet you real quick, James.
Hey, Jerome, I'm about to call you right back, bro.
All right, James. I'll try to let him know before he drops out. So right now, Tom, you guys are going to be coming into this tournament. It's been a while. What do you say to the young guys on this Broad Axe squad who are coming out for the first time, especially with a schedule like Team Petty, and, of course, the man who just jumped in? I think he probably got his video working, Mr. Joe Cassone of the Long Island Demons. What are your thoughts coming in? What do you tell these guys who are coming in for the first time? Because, Tom, you've been around the game forever. You were a kid watching in the 80s, and then you joined playing flag in 1999. You played in Florida way back in the day. As a 20-year veteran of this game with knowledge of about nearly 40 years of it, what do you say to those kids who are making their circuit debut this weekend in Ocean City?
Tournament play is definitely a different animal. You definitely got to turn it up one more notch when you play in a tournament. You got to watch your back. Your head better be on a swivel because these guys in tournaments just don't care. They'll knock your head off and not even think twice about it. It's not like in the league play where you know everybody and you got that mutual respect and everybody knows you got to go back to work on Monday. In a tournament, they're kind of out for blood a little bit. Everybody's looking to hoop and holler about the big hit, the big block, the big catch, all that kind of stuff. But number one, we're going down to have fun. It's a good chance for our young guys to go down and get to know us old guys, to hang out, to drink some beers, go out to eat, hang out, watch some football. It's a good chance for us old and young to gel. I like to say that we do that a good bit at Broadaxe, but our young guys haven't quite bought into the going to the Broadaxe after most of the games and hanging out after the games and stuff like that. So that's where you when you get in crunch time, you kind of get each other's backs doing stuff like that. And a road trip like this can really help your team gel and get to know each other.
Big facts.
Yeah, I 100% agree. So you got two opponents for the pool play. Team Petty, that's going to be the first opponent. I don't know. Have you played Petty before, Tom? Is this the first time for you taking on Petty?
I feel like playing with Miller Lite or Broadaxe, we've never played Team Petty, but I feel like somewhere along the line, playing with Red Knights or one of the teams I played with down in Ocean City, I've played them before, but I can't honestly. I've been away from it so long that I don't even know who's on their team. It probably changes so much anyway, but I'm not real sure who they are at this point. And same thing with Long Island Demons. Like I'm going into it, I have no scouting report at all. So maybe I'll get you.
Perhaps Joe and James could tell you about Demons and Petty, respectively. Joe, James, welcome to the show.
What's going on, Joey?
Nothing much, sir. How are you doing tonight?
Good. I'm good. I was driving a little bit.
Yeah. James Paddle, meet Tom Hoffman. If you haven't met him before, I'm sure you guys may have crossed paths at some point on the circuit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard he played with Red Knights. We played him in Ocean City a few years ago.
Okay. Okay. As well, it's going to be interesting. We actually got four different. We got four teams in the same pool in the chat, right in the call right now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, you guys are all in the same pool. Keith Giles is on the Killer Bees. Tom's in Broadaxe, and of course, you got Joe with the Demons. So it's pretty cool to have all you guys on here right now. Let me put in a gallery view. Perfect. There we go. All six of us represented. Joe, welcome to the show. So Joe, I'm going to ask you real quick. Tell Tom who the Demons are.
So 19, we were the number 3 ranked team in the nation heading into nationals.
Your mic's a little off, Joe. Your audio is pretty low.
Yo, can you hear me now?
Might get a little close.
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Pretty decently.
All right, cool. So in 19, we were the number 3 ranked team going into nationals, or worlds as they called it. We had a win in Albany. We lost a nail biter to 148 in what was that, Rhode Island?
Yeah, classic game. George Hartshorn has that on YouTube. Really good game.
Dude, you want to talk about heartbreak? Like, we thought we had Jiggy down. He got up, threw that ball, touchdown, game over. But yeah, I mean, we're super competitive. Yes, the rumors are true. Ryan Heller will not be in Ocean City, but I do have a stud of a quarterback coming. Super stud. This kid can whip the rock, can run, can do everything. He's been groomed.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, same guys that you always see. If you've ever covered any of our games locally, I know you haven't seen us play GCFFA yet, but locally,
A little bit of a drive for me.
In our local league ball, we play against the Dogs, we play against the Ducks, so we get that experience. Those are our hometown rivals. So I've played the Ducks in multiple championships. I've played the Dogs in multiple championships. I mean, we're the 3 top teams coming out of Long Island right now. So we're coming out there to bring it, man.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys back out there. It's been a while. Talk about 2020 real quick, Joe. Was COVID the big factor for you guys on terms of traveling last year?
Yeah, so New York had crazy restrictions as far as us leaving the state. We really couldn't travel for multiple tournaments. A lot of things got canceled. And then when it came down to it, like, a lot of guys ended up getting sick, like right around national time. And that depleted our rankings huge. So we decided to pull out. gracefully. Like, what are you going to do? I don't want to go there with 13 guys and be like, oh, well, this is all I got, and burn out day one.
Completely understand, man. It's a gauntlet when you go down there to Florida. You got to go through 3 games your first 2 days, and then you got to go through 4 on Sunday. And you need those numbers to compete. Otherwise, you're just donating if you go down there with low numbers.
You're telling me, bro. I mean, look, we would have had a better showing. Like, we didn't have Heller Saturday, our first Tour of Worlds. We had a good showing there for our first game against the Renegades. We took a dub. We lost to Scorpions. Proc did what Proc does. And then day 2, we got the draw for 148 again, and they had our number. We had a little bit of a scuffle. It is what it is. I love those guys. They're competitive. They come to win, and that's what.
Was that the game where Jamie was filming, and then at the end you just hear him going "Stop it, over and over" like a dad?
Jamie actually shoved me out of the way trying to break people up. It was quite interesting.
I remember that video when on the 9-man page. That was, oh man. But I'm looking forward to seeing you guys out there. Your advice, James and Joe, to 2 of the teams you're playing this weekend. First, the Killer Bees. They're making their circuit debut. What do you give advice to our co-host, Mr. Keith Giles, and his Bees entering this tournament?
Listen, man. You do your thing,
bro. Go ahead. Hey, look, be prepared. Just be physical. That's all I can say. Be physical, have fun. That's the only advice I can give you.
That's my sentiment, bro. Come out there with your head on a swivel. Be ready to play some real serious football. Play to win and have a gritty attitude, because, oh boy, it's gonna get ugly.
Oh yeah, it'll get ugly quick. I ain't know. Hey, look, my plan not to play in no C division.
No. We have a solid defense. Our defense is ready to hit and ready to make moves. Offense, we have some stars ready to shine. So, we're ready for the grit. We're ready for the hit, and we're ready to make our mark.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Good luck. Hey, man, good luck. I appreciate anybody that's bringing in teams, bringing in young men, you know what I'm saying, just to be on a competitive level, just playing something, doing something positive. As much as there's going on in the world right now, there's an outlet. Like, we had a little incident a couple weeks ago, but at the end of the day, we love to play football. We play physical football, and we coming to play football. That's it. We ain't coming to Ocean City to be fighting. We ain't coming to Ocean City to be for no foolishness. I mean, if you get knocked out in the game, you get knocked out in the game. But that's it. That's all. It's all love.
Heard that. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, we're ready to go. We're ready to fight. It's going to be a blast. I know I'm excited, and can't wait to see the talent down there.
Going to be a lot of talent down in Ocean City. Tom, what would you say? Because you don't get a chance to play the Bees on day one, but what would you give advice to Keith Giles and company about traveling and playing out of their area?
Keith, do you run your team?
No, I am not one of the captains. No.
Oh, well, you got it easy then. You just get to play. If you run your team, get ready to freaking babysit everybody. You think it's bad to get people to show up in town. It's even worse to get them to show up when you're out of town and they've been cruising the night before, out having fun. Nobody knows where this field is or that field is. It's all different. They don't know where to park. You got to haul all your shit to the field. So get ready to babysit people.
The small details.
Yep.
Small details.
The more organized you can be, the more prepared you can be, the better off you'll be. But at the end of the day, like the other guy said, man, it's a whole new world. Be ready to play some physical football. The refs are going to let you play. They're going to say, this is a man's game. Leave your boys at home, so it is what it is. Hopefully the weather holds out a little bit. Back when I was a young man, I didn't mind playing in the rain, but the older I get, the less fun I have. So
Yeah, I feel you.
Rain. Let it rain. Let it rain.
The rain's an equalizer, makes the games more interesting. That's for
Hey,
sure.
look, man, I'm an old man and I'm calling for rain. Ain't nothing like that.
I might a little rain up in the club, but out on the football field, I'm done with it.
That's how you get that ground and pound.
That takes people right out of the game, bro. Rain comes down. If you have a all air offense,
yeah, that's a killer.
I feel bad for you, son. Like, you better have a run backup. You better have a good running back, because if it pours, that's it. It's a wrap.
Another factor is you guys are going to be on that main field, I do believe, over at Northside. That wind can be weird over that Northside field. It's right by the water.
That's good to know, Joe.
Yeah, that joint cost us a few field goals a couple years ago.
Yeah. You got to watch it. And, you talk about the rain. It can get very cold very quickly as well on that field. The temperature is supposed to be only about 58 as a high that day. And you add in the wind and the rain on top of that, it could be for some interesting conditions on that north side field come Saturday, which if you're not used to playing in that kind of environment, it's going to hit you very differently very fast. Because like I said, this 9-man circuit game is a whole other level compared to what guys play, whether it be league ball or even rec ball anywhere else. Because the best of the best is going to come out here and play this weekend over at Ocean City.
Listen, man, I got the best warm-up I could have for this. We played the Bulldogs on Sunday. That was interesting. Put up a good show. Lost, but put up a good show.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I give you guys and the Ducks a lot of props. You guys are B teams coming in. You're practicing and playing against A teams up there, the best of the best in the North. And I think that does give you guys a big advantage coming into this. I do feel like, though, these games are going to be interesting. I do feel like with the bracket there, it's a really good pool. I do think at least 2 teams may end up being in that C bracket come Sunday. But you're going to see between the 4 of you teams some really physical gameplay, and I think it's going to be fun to watch. I know that I'll have Broad Axe and Demons, and I'm going to also have Petty versus Bees. Gentlemen, any comments to your opponents this weekend?
No.
I'm looking for football, bro. That's it.
Ready for some good games.
That's all I got. Safe travels. See y'all on the field.
Yep. Safe travels. Good luck, guys.
Good luck, everybody, but just not too much.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Looking forward to it. Anything else you want to add, Tom? I'll go with you first.
Nope. Looking forward to it. See everybody down there. Like you said, safe travels to everybody. Drink it up on Friday. Take it easy on Saturday. Eat well. Stay hydrated. Stay dry as much as possible. Have fun.
All right. Keith showing off his Killer Bees jersey over there. I see you, Keith. Any words for on your end, Battle?
Nah, let it rain. Let it rain.
Let it rain. Battle wants the rain.
Let it rain. Let it rain.
I know your background in tackle football, man, so I know you're going to be ready for all conditions.
Oh yeah, we just want to have fun. For a change, we just want to have fun and execute a lot better. We got some new guys on our team this year, so this their first tournament with us. So we're gonna see how it turn out. I mean, we just gonna have fun. We can go out there, have fun, and play some good football.
Looking forward to seeing it. Joe, any other words on your end?
I hope you guys have a safe trip down. I'm looking to have some fun football. Can't wait to fucking play again. Can't wait to be on the circuit again. Can't wait to fucking put somebody in the dirt on Saturday.
Respect. That's what I'm talking about. I can come hang with you, Joe.
What position do you play, Joe? Because I've already seen about one Demons game in my life.
Center, baby.
You're where?
Center.
Okay.
Talk about.
We got 2 setters on the call then.
Oh, center life, snap life, all day.
Yeah, fuck that.
You don't wear 55, do you?
Yes, I do.
Oh shit!
Oh, you guys got to get a photo before the game.
Legends stick together, baby. Legends stick together. Old rocking the old Cinco Cinco.
5'5".
That must
That's
look like
awesome.
if you look close enough.
Honestly, like he could pass for a younger Tom looking at him right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They look
I'm putting that up on the 9-man page.
All right, gentlemen. I think that's it for questions wise. Anything else you may want to add? If not, then we're good to go.
All right, Joey. Thanks for having me. I'm glad. Hey, look, I'm glad I can make it this time. Last time, man, I was running around. I couldn't get on the call.
It's all good, Battle. Glad to have you. Looking forward to seeing you Saturday. I'll have that game. Killer Bees. # Team Petty. It's going to be a very interesting one, Keith. You and your bees. It's not Shippensburg down here. Trust me.
Oh, we're ready to come out no matter where the field is. So the field's the same size no matter where it's at.
I like it.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, fellas. Thank you for joining the call. Tom,
Later, guys. Thanks.
James, and Joe.
All right, fellas. See y'all on
Thanks,
Saturday.
guys.
See you Saturday.
See you Saturday. James Battle, Joe Cassone, and Tom Hoffman all joining the call. Got another person. Battle still trying to lead the call. There we go.
My son tried to get it from me.
And joining us right now from the Bulls is Mr. Kevin Fields. Kevin, welcome to the show.
What's up, fellas?
Nothing much, sir. How are you tonight?
I'm good, man. Just did a long shift, so I'm headed home now. It's been a long day.
Yeah, I can feel you on that. Trust me. Work's been fun this week. But you know what? Yeah.
I heard you say something about a 6-hour drive. Shitting me.
Yeah, they got me in Harrisonburg on work tomorrow. So as soon as I'm done work, it's about a 6-hour drive. 5 if I choose to use tolls to get to OC from here. So should be a really good time with that. But I'm looking forward to seeing how your Bulls do. We had you guys a few weeks ago in OMFFL. I covered your games with the Maryland Titans and the Elite Rebels. The Elite Rebels game. You guys seemed like you were gelling a little bit early on, and it definitely worked out later when you guys played against the Titans. You guys definitely showed that potential against them. That pick 6 on Doc late in the game was clutch. Unfortunately, you guys weren't able to convert on the extra point. But how do you feel as a team going into this with how the season has gone so far in the Owings Mills League?
Well, Ravi and Terrell, they tried to give us a couple tune-up games, between the Rebels and then, the Titans, of course. And then, our week 2 got cut short due to, the COVID issues. But that was 2 tune-up, 2 games to get us, more than ready for Ocean City with, we were scheduled to play Rampage and I believe the Scorpions or No Mercy or whatever they want to be called.
That's a circuit weekend. That's a circuit weekend. Oh, my God.
Yeah, so you guys think back-to-back schedules like that, we was more than amped for, to come into Ocean City and really, make some noise and put us on the map as far as the circuit goes, So, but we had a week off, a couple guys got rested up, healed up. A couple guys, dealt with the COVID quarantine, whatnot. So that was
Can we get an update on the players? Are they doing well there?
Yeah, everyone's good. Everyone, went and got tested. Like I said, some of my guys were already vaccinated. So we gonna be a couple short coming out there, but that's neither. It's always next man up with us. So we just coming ready to ball, make some noise. Like I said, it's a good experience for a couple of the guys who've never traveled in the 9-man circuit at all. So most of our guys are new to traveling, so they're pretty much excited. You know, I'm not excited because it's fucking Ocean City. Like, you know, we can go to Ocean City any weekend, but I'm just excited because to me this is a business trip. You know what I mean? They can have fun, but it's business for me. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. And Dallas first just jumped in the call. Let me meet you real quick, Dallas, while we talk to Kevin. But you know, I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys do when it comes to this tournament. Looking over at your games, you got 717 Elite, 9 a.m. to kick off the day. Your thoughts on 717? Have you heard anything about them? Do you know anything about them?
I was able to catch their AFN game in the 2019 Ocean City Circuit tournament.
We going way back on that one.
That's the only one that I got. You know what I mean? Like that's the only one I really got any
with them,
on.
They've been making a push to travel this season a little bit. They're not just playing 9-man; they're playing 5-man at East Coast Nationals in 2 weeks. They were at Craig Mims' 8-man tournament last month for DMV FFL Nitro, and on top of that, they're playing. They played in the YAFFL Hanover tournament a few weeks ago for 8-man. So they're a team who's definitely cross-trained in multiple styles. It's just a question of, because I will tell you,
man,
you know, 2017, or 19 is not the same team they got now.
Okay, respect. Like I say, I don't really know too much about neither of the matchups. I've never seen. Like I said, I've never seen Elite. I can't remember exactly who was the second team we have, but it sucks. We got the first bracket. Like, you know what I mean? It's like we come. No, good thing about it is without y'all footage, no one will really still not know what we're capable of because most people still be asleep. You know what I mean? So hopefully, you know what I mean, people still wondering who we are coming out. So it's like, you know, we come out, make some noise, make a statement, and then we got to worry about Sunday. Sunday, to me, it's all about Sunday. You know what I mean? Like, Sunday's money day for us. So that's when everybody come out. You know what I mean? Everybody, I can't make it on Saturday, but I'll be there on Sunday. So everybody going to be loaded, lock and loaded, ready to go on Sunday. So like I say, handle our business on Saturday, and Sunday wake up, you know what I mean? And it's back to work for me. Like I said, I've been telling my guys, like, look, we can have fun, but ain't no fun going home without, you know what I mean, a trophy or at least making a statement. You know what I mean? Like, win or lose, as long as we make a statement, like, yo, the boys is here and we going to be here. That's what it's about right here. You know what I mean? It's our first year. It's our first tournament. Like I said, you know what I mean? You can't jump out and be a championship team. Like, that's never been my mindset to jump out there and say, hey, we're going to win it all, guys. Let's go. You know what I mean? No, you got to humble yourself and realize what you going up against. Half the teams in the OMFL been together for 5+ years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you dealing with teams, even coming to the circuit, you dealing with teams that have been together for years. Granted, I've played with a lot of my guys on my team, but I haven't, you know what I mean? I don't have longevity with these guys. So that's what it's about. You know what I mean? You can be a cocky, arrogant piece of shit and jump out there like, yeah, we're going to run the table. You know what I mean? That's the goal. Don't get me wrong. That's definitely the goal. But you got to be humble. You know what I mean? You can't come in there. That's when you lose guys, and that's when you know what I mean, lose focus on what's important. And right now it's about putting us on the mat.
And I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do entering this tournament. Like I said, the potential is definitely there with this Bull squad. It's just a matter of if you guys could put it together. As you know yourself, it's very different when it comes to traveling. You know, earlier Tom from Broadaxe was talking about it. You gotta. It's not just working that day on the field. You got to worry about the off the field stuff too, because
absolutely.
Yeah, the temptation to go out, drink, and
I not knowing who's going to be on time, waking up, you know what I mean? Oh, yo, I forgot all about it, you know what I mean? So definitely, like I said, this different from, and you know what I mean, season play, league play, is the circuit, you know what I mean? Traveling is totally different. You know what I mean? Like it's like the guy from the Demon said. No, I think it was the Bullets. You know, hey, your head is always got to be on a swivel. These ain't your brothers that you play with every weekend or every season with. You know what I mean? Lining up against you on another team. Like these guys, you don't know from Adam and Eve that's coming out to really, you know what I mean, win some money and go home with a trophy. So you know what I mean? Of course, ain't nobody really dirty. No, like as long as I've been in the league in the 9-man circuit, I've never really seen dirty play. Yeah, you had a couple brawls and this, that, and third, but on the field, there's never been too many dirty, you know what I mean, where you got to worry about, oh, this guy's a headhunter. You know what I mean? He's a dirty, you know what I mean? So you don't have to worry about that. But, you know what I mean? Just come with your mind. Yo, these ain't your guys. You know what I mean? These ain't guys from Baltimore that you go home with. You know what I mean? Like some of these guys is coming from the same type of background you may be coming from. So you never know. So, I mean, just inside them lines, that's where, you know what I mean? Football is football. But that's the hardest part is grown men being grown men and understanding like, yo, we still out here to play football. Like we can have fun. Like, you know what I mean? It's going to have fun. But are you going to be dedicated waking up Sunday morning if we get that early game or we don't play till 2:00? Oh yeah, we can go out and party and stay up until 7:00 in the morning. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that's the headache. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the headache. And my guys, like I said, we've been out there since November. And when I say every practice since November, I've probably had 20 plus guys show up to a practice since November, rain, sleet, snow, hail.
That's pretty good.
Like I had guys yelling at me for canceling a rain practice because it was supposed to have been thunderstorming. You know what I mean? It said thunderstorming in the forecast, not rain and thunderstorming. You know, they care, yo, we could have been out here, yo, you dumb as hell. You know what I mean? So that's the dedication.
That's a good problem to have.
That's the dedication that I've had when people are beating up, you know what I mean, nailing in my head like stupid, stupid, stupid. We could have been practiced. So, you know what I mean? So that's I have a very solid core as far as dedicated guys. So I'm not really worried about, I mean, of course, it's inevitable to feel like not one guy is going to be late. You know what I mean? You'll be an idiot to think. And it could be one of your top guys like, yo, my bad, yo. You know what I mean? But like I say, against the Titan, against Elite Rebels, I had probably one of my top corners, if not the top corner on my team, sit out the first like 4 drives because he was late.
I don't blame you, man. I mean? You got to set a standard. You got to sit there.
It hurt. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say it hurt, but it's I can't preach one way and then you know what I mean. So they, like I say, my guys, they buy in. They understand what I'm trying to build, what I'm bringing to the table, and what I'm trying to portray to within the team. So you know what I mean. A lot of guys that wasn't with it, they left. You know what I mean. But at the same time, the guys that are standing behind me, they rocking with me.
Yeah, and I do feel like this Bulls team has that potential to make some noise on Saturday. It's going to be tough, though. Like I said, you look at the opponents, like 7-1-7. Like I said, I feel like they're going to be Primetime, Gusto Land, those guys, because that group tends to work together a little bit. I think that's what you're going to see out of 7-1-7. And as for Dirty Birds, I can't even give information about them, man. I know nothing about this team. They're coming from Jersey.
I don't know if that's like an old team merge or a new team from an old squad in Jersey. But like I said, I've Googled them, I've YouTubed them, I can't find them.
Yeah, nothing on them. I guess we'll see come Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, so. But I appreciate. I was just about to say, I appreciate like I said, you had me a little worried week 1. I was like, yo, damn, Joey's really like, but I mean, hey, as long as you got faith, I know the guys behind you gonna ride with me, and push to promote the brand. So like I say, y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Like I say, 9-man is blowing up, man. It's really becoming a thing. But I'm definitely amped. I can't wait. Like I definitely can't wait. You know what I mean?
And I can't wait to see you guys on the field either. Anything else you want to add tonight, Kevin?
Uh, Again, best of luck to everybody coming up. Safe travels. You know what I mean? Like again, like, in the day we still dealing with a pandemic, so you know, make sure you take care of your family, your work. You know what I mean? On the field, like I say, just mask up. It don't hurt. It sucks, but it don't hurt. That's all I got for y'all.
Especially in light of what happened with OMFFL 2 weeks ago, 2 players on the Bulls, and we had one from Elite test positive as well. If you're like I said, if you're feeling any sort of way that doesn't feel right, whether it's stay home by all means. The game will be there for you the next Saturday or Sunday or the one afterwards for you to play. Don't do something that could hurt your team in more ways than just on the field.
Absolutely, it's deeper than football.
Facts.
Yep. I was getting ready to say that it's deeper than football, man.
Absolutely. But like I say, good night, guys. Thank y'all for having me on again. You know, I mean, George, you reached out to me. Appreciate it. Like I say, I see y'all in a couple days. Joey, safe travels for that 6-hour ride. If you find out how to beat them toes, let me know because I don't know how to beat them toes. So I'm willing to take that extra hour.
You might have to go a PA, is what my advice is.
Shit.
Yeah, you got to enter the Keystone State for a minute.
Yeah, I think you got to kind of go up and around, down.
Oh, no.
You're going to go and go by where Dallas first, Baez Auto is, who has joined the show. Dallas, welcome to the show as well. Kevin, thank you for joining us. We'll see you on the field Saturday. Ocean City Baptist Bulls. They'll be taking on 717 Elite and the Dirty Birds. Thank you, Kevin, for joining the show. We'll see you Saturday.
All right, man. Boys out.
All right, man. See you then.
As always, Joey, thanks for having me. I gotta say,
what's that, Dallas?
I appreciate you picking up a 40 and chugging that thing while you're hosting a show. That's something special right there.
Let me tell you something, Dallas. It ain't no 40. It's an 80 tonight. It's an 80 all week.
Oh, shit.
Excitement. That's what it is.
Yo, let me tell you. It's Ocean City week. It's my birthday week. We got to celebrate, bro. Anyways, Dallas, welcome to the show. First of all, I got to ask you, we just mentioned Kevin Fields and company, the Bulls. They're playing against 717 Elite. What's the inside scoop from York on that team? Are we going to see Gusto Land, Prime Time come together again? Is this some other guys from York we don't know about? What's the skinny on them?
Your information is as good as mine. I don't know.
Man, everything's top secret, man. That's your home city. You got to know something about it.
I know D. Will Williams runs the team. And typically he puts together a pretty solid roster. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna have some ballers down there. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little bit of Prime Time and some Gusto Land players, but primarily though D. Will runs that team. So we'll see what they bring down there. So I'm kind of excited. We don't play until later Saturday, so I'll probably wake up a little early, go check out a game or two.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Looking at your schedule, you got 2 interesting games. First and foremost, 3:30 Tri-State Spartans. You had a glimpse of them, actually. I don't know if I think you were there last season when the Misfits played them in Washington County.
Was that playoffs or?
That was a regular season game. I don't know. You might have not been there. You might have missed that one.
I made 1 week and then I made playoffs.
Was it just 1 week? Damn, I thought you made more than that.
No. My son plays soccer, so I told Reagan that I'd only be able to make 1 week because he had to play 2 games. So I made a doubleheader, played my 2 games, and then made it for playoffs. And then, well, you all saw what happened in the championship game, so that's all that matters.
That's the thing. You balled out that day, bro. I was listening to Tyler Spencer's call of that game on Team Blunt Talk. You were killing it that day. That's the thing about it. A lot of people, they don't know what you can do. I saw it firsthand when I saw Baez the first time back at Ocean City, and again at Charm City Classic that year when you all played the Titans. You had the lone score, I do believe, for a touchdown in that game. You got that big play potential, man, and I feel like that's something where a lot of guys, they don't realize you are very close to being a Julian Edelman type of player in that receiving position.
Facts.
It's not me, man. I just make a play when my name's called. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that kind of stuck around. I just get put in position to make a play when the game counts, and that's all it really is, man. You got to thank the offensive line. You got to thank the quarterback. I mean, if it wasn't for them blocking, it wasn't for the quarterback throwing the ball, I wouldn't have an opportunity to make those plays. So I just present myself. That's all it is.
I like how he put the offensive line first, too. Like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, without the offensive line, the quarterback can't throw the ball, right?
Big facts. Big facts.
Looking at it, Tri-State Spartans, that's one of the teams. Did you get a chance to see them when you were up here last season? Like for at least, I know you were there to championship day when they played Showtime. Did you get a chance to watch much of that game?
Yeah, I watched a little bit here and there, but I did get a chance to watch them play primetime. What was that? On a live feed, actually.
2 weeks ago up in Keystone. We were live for that one, yeah.
Yeah, so I got to watch a little bit of that game, and primetime was up by 2 scores and wound up losing that game. So, yeah, I mean, it's just another team. That's what it is. I mean, just another team. So, we're going to show up at 3:30. We're going to get ready to ball out, do what we normally do, and then, we got unfinished business in Ocean City, so we got one goal on our mind. So,
I like it.
Let's talk about that unfinished business. 2 years ago, let's set the stage for those who weren't there. AFN, Baez Auto, the championship game. The game where I said, who's that guy at number 13 who just is tearing it up right now?
Yeah, I mean, that game still makes me a little upset. It was 2 big pitch plays. That's all it was. 2 big pitch plays that wound up beating us.
That pitch play was sick, though, that Tay Sosa did. 30 yards across the field to Justin Fox. Yeah. Go-ahead touchdown. Mm-hmm. And I tell you, I know you all were on the losing end of that game. It's a bad memory in a lot of ways. It's always a good one, though, when we see AFN play Baez on it. Always a good game.
They have our number right now. That's for sure. They got us in Virginia Beach, too, so.
Don't forget, though, you guys got the most recent win, Clash of York, just this past year. Yeah,
that's right. I mean, look, man, it's always a good battle, man. I like playing AFN. They were a fun competition, So, I don't know what kind of team they're bringing down there this year. Obviously it's a little bit different. They don't have Tesos quarterback, and I know they probably lost a little bit of weapons here and there. So I don't know what kind of team they're going to have now, but got a lot of respect for Tay. Got to play with him with the Misfits. I know what he's about. So, he's earned a lot of my respect, and it's nice to see someone as talented as him play quarterback position. So, but yeah, I don't know what AFN's going to bring. But I'll tell you right now, the game I'm looking forward to is the game against the Bad Boys. So,
Yes, sir. Let's get to that game. Bad Boys, Baez Auto. That's going to be 5:00 over on that field. It's tough because, when I do coverage these days, our biggest goal here at Team Blunt Talk to ensure that we give you the best coverage that any tournament can get, better than what anybody, no matter where they're from, can give, is to make sure we cover all teams. So I looked at it. It was tough. That bracket's interesting to me. That Baez, Tri-State, Bad Boys bracket. So let's put it like this. I'm going to go ahead and say it. The winner of Spartans Baez will have their game with Bad Boys called by Ross Collins. That's the rule. I'm throwing it out there. If you want your game streamed on Saturday, you got to beat the other team, if you're Baez or the Spartans. It's just tough, man. Right now, I got Ross on the Titans AFN game, but afterwards, I feel like the winner of that game he should follow, whether it be Baez or Spartans against the Bad Boys.
I guess I'll be looking forward to that coverage then.
Ooh.
I got a feeling I will be covering Bad Boys Baez, but that's just me.
I know, yeah. It's going to be interesting, though. We're going to get to that.
I'll wait for the Spartans to tell me I'm hating tomorrow, too. I know they're going to. I'm just calling it as a season.
We all know you're the biggest hater of the Spartans, bro.
Yeah, it's whatever. I was trying to help them Sunday, so I don't know.
No, I mean I'm definitely looking forward to the matchup. I really am. So I look forward to playing the Bad Boys. I look forward to facing Eddie. So I like Eddie. And I are
Eddie
boys.
just commented Dallas with the crying, laughing emoji.
Who's the one that made me look forward to the game? I had no idea who the Bad Boys were until Eddie said that he was on the team. Then I figured it was probably some of the Renegade players. Then I heard of some of the Aftermath players. So, I look forward to it. I really do. And
those are two teams that you guys have faced off on circuit before. Renegades, you go back to Capital Classic 2019, you guys faced off against them. Aftermath twice at Clash of York. The game where, you guys won, but, Aftermath also won the game, but, it was a tie, but
we won what we lost.
What's that?
I said, yeah, we won, but we lost.
Oh, man, that was a good one. That was a good time.
and then, the final, there was a couple, we'll just say a couple calls that just didn't go our way in the second meetup against Aftermath. So, but that's going to happen. You can't put the game in the ref's hands. So, we all know this. But no, I definitely look forward to that matchup. I have a lot of respect for Eddie. I have a lot of respect for some of the Aftermath players. So, I definitely look forward to that matchup. I really look forward to facing off against them, talk a little bit of shit to Eddie, normal stuff. So I look forward to that.
I look forward to it as well, man. I feel like it's tough. Those 3 games with Spartans, Baez, and Bad Boys, there's definitely potential with all 3 of those games. Like, I truly do believe Tri-State will come to play. But I also believe they don't know what they're getting into with what you guys and the Bad Boys have to offer. You're talking about 2 top 5 teams in the B bracket in this tournament. And you're going to see number 2 against number 4 at 5:00.
Yeah, I look forward to that. Actually, I got to say, man, I'm a little surprised we're number 4 on that power ranking.
That's the thing. Here's the thing. People are sleeping on Baez Auto. And I think it's weird. You look at YAFFL as a whole. There is flag football talent in York that stretches over to Hanover.
A lot of talent. It's a lot of talent.
John Urey told me 1,000 players are registered to play in YAFFL.
There's a lot of players.
And, Keith, you saw what Primetime brought to the KFFL a few weeks ago in the level of play that those York teams, whether it be Baez or a combination of Gusto, Primetime, 717, I guess whoever's in charge are not on Baez Auto for that tournament. And I do feel like York definitely has that potential to be a good market for the 9-man community. Like I said, Baez, they're always in the thick of things. They're always a top 10 team by the end of the tournament. I can't remember a tournament where you guys didn't at least make the quarterfinals at any point in time in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, back in 2019, I think ASC was actually our first 9-man tournament that we officially played in on the circuit. And that we became a runner-up in Ocean City in our second official tournament. So we got acclimated with the 9-man, how 9-man's played pretty quickly. Our team's just built to play 9-man. We have the offensive line. We have a dominant defensive line. We got lockdown corners. We got linebackers that can make plays at any given time. Everybody knows their position. We got big playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. Quarterback that can throw it. I can't even tell you if there's no weakness on our team. I say this and I'll say it again and I'll say it 1,000 times more. The only team that beats us is us. That's the way I look at it. The only team that beats us is us. So,
yeah. And I do look forward to seeing what Baez Auto can do. Like I said, they've been kings of York for a decade now. You guys have ran the YAFFL. We just saw about a month ago, actually, you guys at the Just Win Hanover tournament. For those who don't know, YAFFL 8-man is very similar to 9-man, more so than what it is to FWCT/UFFL 8-man style.
Yeah, I mean, there's only a few things that are different. Obviously, one less person on the field. The offensive line are eligible, and you can't stiff arm. That's it. But you have to have a true offensive line. They have to be within touching distance. You know what I mean? And it's a true defensive blitz, and it's as close to a 9-man feel as you're going to get where we live around. So, I guess that kind of helped us get a little bit prepared for this 9-man game that we love so much now. Is the fact that we were able to experience it somewhat in the YAFFL. But yeah, it's different. We had a couple teams that came out of state that weren't used to our rules with our 8-man style, and a couple teams said it was a lot different. So
it's different, but at the same time, I think you guys have made that transition work very, very well.
Yep.
And I'm looking forward to seeing what Baez Auto can do this time around in Ocean City. Like I said, runner-up 2019, Final Four in Virginia Beach, Final Four in Charm City, quarterfinals, top 8 in Clash of York 1. Again, quarterfinals, top 8, Capital Classic, top 8 again, Worlds, Final Four, Clash of York 2. And then you go back at Nationals, very tight game with the St. Louis Spartans. Here you are now, though, with the Tri-State Spartans. Go back to that St. Louis game. Memories of that game down at Nationals.
It was a very physical game. Very, very hard-fought game. Again, it came down to a couple calls not going our way. The biggest one was a gut punch to us where quarterback tossed the ball to Brandon and he turned it into 6, and they said that our quarterback was beyond the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball, and that was a gut-wrenching punch. I really turned things around. So yeah, that was, again, like I said, we found a way to kind of beat ourselves there. So but you gotta play those tough games and lose those tough games to battle through the adversity. It made us closer as a team and really showed that when they went to the finals against, what was the other St. Louis team, and they wound up losing.
Wolfpack.
Yeah, they wound up losing to them. We kind of just looked at that and we were like, that should have been us, except, obviously not the losing end, but we should have been in the finals. Like, what? We gotta get back to the drawing board. We really gotta focus. We gotta solidify ourselves, and we gotta work harder because that's where we should have been. So, it was definitely a learning curve for us. We learned from our mistakes, and we're ready to ball, man. I can't even tell you how long we've been anticipating going to Ocean City. And we got a surprise for everybody that's going to be out there. We got a change in our uniform. So we're looking forward to showing those off this weekend, too.
You believe one of your teammates already gave that away, however, playing in Hanover last week.
Damn it, JJ.
I saw the picture. I saw at least the back of the photo.
You saw the back, so you didn't see the front. It doesn't matter now.
So I believe that was a gray jersey. Am I correct?
You're probably 100% right.
So y'all got blue, you got gray, you got yellow. How much are you all in broad axis connected at this point? You know,
No similarities.
I made that analogy or like in my head. You guys are like broad axis and YAFFL compared to how they are WCFFL.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, you're thinking of the blue and orange ones where we look like the Frosted Flakes guy. You know what I mean?
Those blue and orange ones are just wild looking. That one was. That one,
remember those ones?
Personally, I don't got the jersey on me. It's packed in my bag now, but I was going to pull out the old school Baez jersey I had on Monday night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the classic blue with the gray stripe down the side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The one you all wore in Ocean City last time.
Yeah, 2 seasons. I think that was 2 seasons ago. No, that was 2019. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Likewise.
Then we had to step up our skills. You know, we had to step it up a little bit because everybody was wearing the compressions, and we found out the rules about if you have shorts with pockets and if they pull it, that's not considered holding. And we had to adjust our uniform a little bit. So
looking forward to, and you guys did a new one just last season as well, which I thought I like that look as too.
Yeah, and we definitely like the look. We're happy to have it. It's definitely a good fit, good feel. So it's nice to be able to play in a local league, win some money for our sponsor, who's the best sponsor out there, and be able to provide us uniforms and pay for these tournaments and everything else like that. So, if it wasn't for him, Mr. Baez, we wouldn't be able to travel the way that we do. So we have the best sponsor around, hands down.
Big shout out to Mr. Baez and Baez Auto. I'm glad you guys have made the jump to 9-man. Like I said, the resume you guys have put together the last 2 years, people will say, they haven't won a tournament yet. But how many teams win a tournament as the year goes on? Especially when, in your case, you've lost to the champion of Ocean City to get eliminated. You've lost to the champion of Virginia Beach. You lost to the runner-up of Charm City. Or no, the champion of Charm City Rideout that year. You ended up losing to the runner-up of Clash of York 1. You ended up losing to the runner-up of Clash of York 2, the runner-up of National. You guys are always on the cusp. You're right there. And I feel like people don't think about Baez Auto because of the fact that YAFFL is not considered a 9-man territory because you guys have your own unique 8-man style up there. And it's something where, like I said, I do feel like you guys have become the new standard of 9-man in Pennsylvania. And that is not to disrespect. God, I hate when I get this backwards. The X-Dogs who have been there for a while, which you saw firsthand who the X-Dogs were when you played against them on the Misfits back in Washington County. That's a game that I really want to see at some point, a Baez Auto X-Dogs game. We need to make this happen.
You set up the time. We'll make it work.
I love to see it, man. I hope we get a chance to see it in Ocean City this year. I really do. I've been staying for a while. We got to have the new blood and the old blood face off.
It's one time, right?
One time, whether it be in Shippensburg, York, Hagerstown, Ocean City, wherever, we got to make that game happen.
I think if that happens and you film it, you may never not replay it for probably a year. I can just see it now, Joey Blaze, going back to when the X-Dogs played Baez.
It would be one of those games where I feel like I'd replay it for years on end. I feel like I would love to see it happen. I really would. But for now, Dallas, anything else you want to add tonight?
No, just like I said, we're looking forward to our 3:00 or 3:30 game against the Spartans. That's what we're on right now. We're on to the Spartans. But we look forward to getting down to Ocean City. It's been a little while. Look forward to the competition. Look forward to playing some of the teams again. We're looking to just go out there and beat Baez. That's just who we are. We're looking to play as a team and, dominate just the way we have been. Nothing short of that. Like I said, we got one goal in mind. That's to win chip. So that's what we're there to do. There to take care of business. But other than that, I look forward to seeing you down there, Joey. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Dennis.
We'll link up while we're down there at some point, whether that be on the field or, at a restaurant or something. I don't know. But, I definitely look forward to seeing you guys down there. Safe travels. And you guys have a good night.
Good night, Dallas. We'll see you Saturday. If you can beat the Tri-State Spartans, the winner gets Ross Collins live for their game against the Bad Boys.
I look forward to that.
And we look forward to seeing you on the field.
All right, later, guys.
Later, Peace. Dallas. Dallas first joining us, a Baez Auto. Glad to hear from Dallas tonight. Last person to really interview, nobody. I had a couple guys try to get on the call, but because I didn't answer fast enough, they left. I understand. It's all good, fellas. My bad. I screwed up. Keith, you're the last one left out of all the interviewees. You're the Killer Bees representative tonight. So, Keith, looking at your schedule, Team Petty, Long Island Demons. Earlier, you had a chance to see James Battle, quarterback of Team Petty, and Joe Cassone, the center of Long Island Demons. I know it's been a bit, like I said, you're new to the circuit. You're where I was about 2 to 3 years ago when I first jumped into all this. And I'll admit it, when I first got into the circuit, I already knew what I saw in Hagerstown at the time. And what I saw in Hagerstown was the two kings of Hagerstown, X-Dogs and Broadaxe. And then along the way, I met the Maryland Titans. I met 7 Point Spread. I ended up meeting Explosion, who became Aftermath after the fact. I ended up coming across other teams as well. Hagerstown 2017 was where I truly started my live streaming flag journey. Even before that, though, you go back Virginia Beach 2015. Andy and I talked about it on Monday night. That tournament where I got to see Ride Out for the first time. I got to see the Blue Chargers and go against the GOAT of quarterbacks and 9-man, Mike D. And, of course, Speed Kills. And, T, having traveled, Ocean City 2019 was my third after Charm City 18 that I traveled to. It's just different. The environment's different. The game level of play is different. I'm telling you, from my perspective, you're going to love what you're about to see this weekend in Ocean City, Keith. Your impressions going into this tournament as somebody who's never seen the circuit up close and personal.
So for me, it's real awesome because not only am I going for my first time being a player, it's also my first time being a live streamer. So I get to really experience the full effect of the actual tournament itself as a live streamer. And then I also get to enjoy and take part of the actual gameplay. So I really get to thoroughly feel out the entire tournament setting. I'm excited as far as the gameplay is concerned. I am ready to play. My team is ready to play. The chat has 500 messages a day buzzing off of my pocket while I'm at work about how hype everybody is, ready to hit ready to make their hits. And, we are all excited and ready to go. The offense, I'm excited for it. I don't know if the newest edition has been released, but when this,
let me tell you, I've heard about your newest edition. You're bringing elite talent to that quarterback position.
That is a very punny way of putting it there, Mr. Blaze. But yes, quite elite talent, and so. There is the one slight downfall of not having any reps, But I mean, I think we're going to make up for that just fine. We got ballers all over the field on offense. So, and then as a live streamer, I am excited to be able to learn about all these other teams, see all these other teams play. You know, I didn't have an idea about a lot of the teams that were, you know, being talked about tonight. So I'm excited to kind of get rid of that and get my own personal opinion on the teams down in Ocean City.
Your impressions so far, having heard from Joe Cassone, the center of the Long Island Demons. I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. If not, Joe, correct me later. And, of course, James Battle, quarterback of Team Petty.
So I'm actually going to start with Tom. One thing I got from him that is something I actually would not have really thought about is the organization of time. You know, you got to make sure you got to adjust for traffic and all kinds of and parking and all that kinds of stuff. So, you know, that's honest to God. That was a good reminder. But as far as the play, they all said the same thing: head on a swivel, have your attention, focus, all ready to go at once. It's excited. I'm excited to see the level of talent.
I'm excited too, man. I really am. I'm happy for you, Keith. Like I said, you know, I first met you in 2019. I remember going up there watching you in KFFL. I had Joey Blaze vibes from 2 years prior when I was going out there and filming Washington County on every Sunday in the spring, every Saturday in the fall, that 2017 year. For you, I think I would love for you to have the experience I had 2 years ago in Ocean City. Ocean City was the tournament to me that changed everything in the right direction. You know, I look back at that tournament. That was the first time I called an A game, an A championship game for its entirety. I had been in Hagerstown, of course. I covered both A and B championships that game. But I was there for Laney's and Maryland Bullets. My experience going back to that, because that was the first tournament that I streamed outside of Hagerstown, was that the whole thing blew me away. Just the environment, the atmosphere, the level of talent, the level of play, all of it was just amazing. And, you know, I look back at that tournament in Ocean City 19, and, you know, I want to give a lot of thanks to you, Ross, and your wife as well. You and her made it happen. That was during a time where I had no money, and I still have no money to this day. I'll get it back eventually. But back then, I had nothing. And, you know, you and your wife offered to let me stay at the place you guys had. And I really appreciated that. That meant a lot to me. And I really feel like it ended up helping grow what we're doing right now with Team Blunt Talk. That was a tournament where everybody got to see who Joey Blaze was. And all because someone knocked the camera out of my hand.
Yep. Yep. I'm waiting for the day that to happen to me. Not gonna be a good day.
If that happens to you, I feel like I gotta run over to the field and restrain you immediately.
There better be somebody around. I'll tell you that.
See, you're different than me. With me, you know, when they knocked the camera out of my hand and he looked back at me and was laughing, all I saw was AFN sideline running over, and I was like, you know what? I'm in good hands. I'm good to go.
Yeah, that is facts too. At least it was an AFN game.
AFN was ready to pounce on that guy, and I don't blame them one bit. I haven't seen him since, man. What happened to that dude? Whoever you are, comment in the chat. Let's have a reunion on Saturday or Sunday. Let's sit here and talk about it. 2 years to the day you knocked the camera out of my hand. But, like, I'm excited, dudes. I really am. That being said, let's get to the prediction round. Let's go ahead. Let me share it real quick, gentlemen. And, yes, I am very drunk at this point from having too much highlight.
Yeah, I think you need a third one, bro.
I do. I'm about to call that 7-Eleven delivery app they have and just ask them to bring me another highlight.
I saw you chugging the backwash of that one. So
I did. I chugged the hell out of that. Jesus. Let's look at the games. Ignore all. You know what? I'm gonna let's ignore the B games. Actually, I want to let you pick the A games, dude. You can tell I'm really drunk. Oh boy, here we go. Let's do A and B a little bit here because I know Ross last night you missed out on A because of the fact that you had to take care of little Warren. At least you claimed that. Your wife earlier you were lying about that about the kids thing.
I did have kid duties last night.
No, I understand. All good. You should have had Warren on live though. You've had Maddox many times. You should get Warren on.
I was going to, and then when she brought him in, she was like, "He doesn't have pants on," and I was like, "So what? He's,
That's a little different. I understand that.
Whatever.
But let's look at the schedule. Going across 9 a.m. Dirty Birds, Rampage. Who y'all got, Keith? I know you don't know much, but just fire some shots in the dark. You're where I was 2 years ago with all this.
With the A-Brack, what was the first one there? Sorry, I was talking to
We're going to go Dirty Birds, Rampage. 9 a.m., Field 1, Ocean City, back to school. Who do you got?
Rampage.
You got Rampage. Ross, who you got?
Rampage, obviously.
I got Rampage as well. Like I said, number one team entering this tournament. Rampage can do a lot of damage. They always bring it. They've been around for a long time. Like I said on Sunday, a lot of people were wondering, was Rampage dead with Misfits taking some of their talent away and taking away the guys they had last circuit season? They're not dead yet. You can't count Steve Winter or Johnny.
Rampage was around before Misfits, and it'll be around after Misfits, I think. Rampage been around.
Ooh, that's a big statement, Ross Collins.
I know.
You're going to catch a lot of heat on our cut for that one.
Whatever.
Next game, you got 717 Elite, L&D Bulls. I think that's Landover. I should have asked Kevin that. Ross, who do you got?
I'm going to go Bulls.
You going to go Bulls?
I'm going to go Bulls. To be fair, I really don't know that much about either team.
It's a tough one, man. It really is because it was 717. Like, I know. I think you got a glimpse of them back at Nitro a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now let's just say the team they had at Nitro is what they have, minus Tyler Spencer, of course, because Tyler was on that team at Nitro.
Right.
What do you think of them based on what you saw at Nitro last month?
They got good pieces. They're missing a couple pieces as well. For me, honestly, my biggest takeaway from that was quarterback play.
Yeah.
717, what's his name, Murray or whatever?
Greg Murray, yeah. Who
he had the arm to get it done. Other than that, I can't give him too much credit, if I'm being honest. He threw up a couple prayers that I was like, why are you even throwing that ball? But that's just my opinion.
That's the thing about Greg. You know, he actually was with them over at when they went down to Dallas a few weeks ago for that 5-man tournament. So part of me thinks we'll see Greg, but another part of me wonders, can we see Champ Moore? Right. Despite what happened in Keystone 2 weeks ago, I still think Bob Champ Moore is still one of the better quarterbacks out there in this region.
I agree with that. 100%.
Yeah, like you saw that run he had against Spartans. Like that was just ridiculous to watch. I just feel like, though, with this game, I think 717 takes it. I think that your team, they're going to be a little too fast on terms of speed for what that Bulls team can handle. I'm going to go 717 there. Keith, who do you got just based on shots in the dark? Like I said, I know you're inexperienced all this. You're new. Just go ahead. Say what you got to feel on this one.
I'm pulling up for 3, and I'm picking the Bulls.
You got the Bulls. Okay, so Keith and Ross got the Bulls. I got 717. Let's move on. 10:15 kickoff, 717 Rampage. Ross Collins, you're scheduled to have that game. That's going to be a 10:15 at Oak City back to school. Your impressions of that one, who do you got?
I'm going to go Rampage with that one.
You got Rampage? I'm going to go Rampage too. I just feel like
you have to.
Yeah, like I said, you got a guy like Chris Price at quarterback,
right
back there throwing the ball. You are going to have a chance to win every single time, no matter who the opponent is. And you look at the resume Rampage has put together the last couple of years, they are that team. I got Rampage as well, so we're going to go clean sweep. We got Rampage 2-0. They're going to be heading to the B bracket next day. Dirty Birds and Bulls. Ross, who do you got? It's a weird one. Like I said, we don't know anything of the Dirty Birds. I've never seen them. Like, I've heard about them, but I can't say I've ever watched them.
I'm going to have to go with the Bulls just because I know a little bit more about them.
Okay.
I have no idea what Dirty Birds have.
Right. Keith, who do you got?
Because I'm taking shots in the dark, I'm going to give the shout out to the shot in the dark. Dirty Birds are going to pick up this win.
I think Dirty Birds will get it too, man. You know, that North talent, it's something else. They definitely have, what's that?
You giving no love to the Bulls.
I think the Bulls are heading to the C bracket come this weekend. They're going to be in the C. Yep.
Damn.
I'm going to go with Dirty Birds. And I just things I've heard about what this team is. Just things I've heard. Going over 11:30 kickoff, Northside Park, Team Petty, Broad Axe. Ross, who do you got?
Oh, man. This is when it's going to start getting really hard.
Talk, and then when you're done, Keith can talk. I'm going to do that thing where I disappear for a minute and nobody sees me.
With this one, I'm going to have to go Team Petty, I think, just because it's Broad Axe's first game in a long time on a tournament scale. Whew, that's rough. I don't know. Broad Axe is bringing out Mert and a couple other. Tom's over there doing his homework. Got a good little team together from what I hear. So I don't know. I think I'm going to go Team Petty, though. I really do. And that's no disrespect to Broad Axe. I wish all of Washington County teams that are going the best of luck. And I really do. I hope one of y'all win it. I really do. I think that would be awesome if a Washington County flag football team won this shit.
And keep the love for the KFFL in there too, sir.
Yeah. It's a little hard for me, but
no, I'm gonna go. I'll go with Broad Axe in that game myself. I think Broad Axe will.
I think that's gonna be
a good one.
Good matchup. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go Team Petty.
So okay, Ross got Petty, Keith's got Broad Axe. I'm gonna go Broad Axe, man. It's tough because I got a lot of respect for Petty. James Battle's my guy, but I think Tyler Murdiff, he's gonna be ready. He's gonna be determined to go out there and play. I think Broad Axe just gets by Petty. I'm not gonna say it's a blowout. It's gonna be
a close game no matter who wins, I think.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
I agree on that. FOE Maryland Venom. Ross, who do you got?
Oh, man, another interesting matchup. If FOE brings their nationals team that they had down in nationals, I think it's another one where FOE kind of.
I love that sentence. If they bring the nationals team they had at nationals. Love you, Ross. You're my guy.
Shut your 80 ounces out. But I'm going to go FOE.
I'm too drunk at this point.
I'm going to go FOE in that one.
I'm going to go.
No, though. I really don't know who to pick in that one.
See, it's a tough one. Like I said, their game last year in MFFL was very close and competitive in that first round playoff game. I believe it was 15-13 in favor of Robbie and company in that game.
Yeah, I'm going my gut. I'm going FOE.
You want FOE? Okay.
Yeah.
Keith, who do you got? Mind you, this is the Maryland Venom, not the Virginia Venom.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? Right now, Venom is such a sour word right now. So I think I got to go for FOE, fee fi fo fum here. Yeah, I'm just going to pick them. Venom. I can't get past the KFFL Venom.
What do you think KFFL Venom?
What's that?
KFFL, what's that?
The Venom from MFFL is way different than the Venom up there.
Yeah, I believe it. I am by no means comparing the two.
There, Keith, when your Killer Bees played them at the 4-state fours back in January.
Oh my goodness, yes. I forgot about that. Yes.
The game that started in Greencastle when we finished in Hagerstown.
Yes. So you remember
Billy Blaze, the genius, man.
You remember games that I don't even remember, at least off the top of my head like that.
I just remember that game because of the fact that the superintendent of Greencastle Antrim School District came onto the field and kicked us out. So we had to relocate the rest of the tournament 15 minutes away to Hagerstown at the fairgrounds.
Yeah, that was fucking terrible.
My bad. Sorry, County. I cost you all Greencastle too. Oh well. So you got Venom. I got Venom as well. Like I said, I think Robbie and company, they've gotten better. They really showed up at the 4-state fours. And I really liked how they looked at OMFFL week 1. You know, Ross, you had 2 of their games. One against Bad Boys, the other against Elite. I felt like at a Bad Boys game, they showed that they could compete against the likes of that kind of team. And, you know, going back to watching how this franchise has grown the last few years, I really look forward to seeing how they do. But I'm going to go Venom here. FOE's played well. I think Venom gets the win, though. Going over next game, X-Dogs, Blackhawks. That's 11:30. Ocean City Baptist again. Ross, who do you got?
My bad, I'm back. Where are we at? Hold up.
I was wondering where you were when you didn't answer me the first time. X-Dogs and Blackhawks.
Ooh.
I think it's going to be a different game than the one I covered back in 2019 over at Northside.
Yeah. I do believe it's going to be different, too. I'm going to go X-Dogs.
That's the thing. Like, Tommy and Matt are very similar on terms of the kind of offenses they run.
Very similar teams, I think. More similar than people probably could put together, but oof.
So I'm
gonna go. I'm honestly just gonna go X-Dogs just because it's my homer team, and I love the X-Dogs. I love the Blackhawks too, though. I've covered a lot of the Blackhawks since I started streaming. I played against them. Man, yeah, I'm gonna go X-Dogs in a close one. I mean, we're talking final drive of the game type stuff here, I think. I'm going to go X-Dogs.
Okay. Ross has X-Dogs. Keith, who do you got?
Oh, you already know I got to go X-Dogs. I know everything they're about and, you know, the intensity they have. So, you know, in blind picks, I got to go with the X-Dogs.
I'm going Blackhawks. I think Tommy and company – like I said, it depends on their numbers. Like when they played them back in 2019 in OC, they only had about 14 guys total. And, you know, Ross, you saw the issues that Mirror Ted and York last year when they came out against Baez Auto with nothing.
Yeah. That wasn't even just a numbers thing. That was like literally the game was about to start, and majority of the Blackhawks guys that were there were still putting their cleats on. And I was like, oh, shit.
That's how you know a loss is coming. That's how you know a loss
when
is
when you start off on that foot where everybody shows, I mean, I get it. It's Sunday. It's up in York, but yada yada. I get the track. It's part of what Tom was saying earlier. It's part of traveling. It's the reason why the Warriors have never traveled. I'm not even about that life. It sounds like way too much of a headache for me, but I feel like if Blackhawks maybe would have showed up earlier and got prepped up a little bit, that would have been a little bit different game. But I don't know. Like I said, they were literally putting cleats on as I was standing on the field, and the refs were blowing their whistles, and the captains meeting at the middle and all that, coin flip and all that. I think they had what? They did have short on numbers at the beginning too, so I won't say it's just not a numbers game. It's the whole thing was jacked up. I really feel like the Blackhawks could have put out a better showing that day. But my main point. So I don't know. I'm gonna go X-Dogs in this one. I don't know. I'm really interested in that matchup. I really am, to see what both teams do in that one.
Next game coming up, I got on the B list. We're staying on Baptist, by the way, for those trying to follow. Ducks and Venom. Who do you got, Ross?
I don't know that. I'm going to go with my gut here and go Venom. I know that's a long.
Okay.
I know that's a long shot. The Ducks, I feel like are a heavy favorite here in the B. I'm gonna go Venom in this one. I think Robbie kind of surprised comes out. Well, I'm not even gonna say too much about Venom. I don't like to ruin people's game plans from what I saw. So, but I think Venom's gonna take that. I do.
Keith, who do you got?
We're gonna go with the Ducks.
All right. Keith's got the Ducks. I got the Ducks too, man. You know, they're up there playing at GCFFA, and I love the OMFFL. They play A Brackettown too down here. But, you know, Ducks just got done playing the Punishers on Sunday.
Right.
That was their warm-up game for Ocean City. Their warm-up for Ocean City was the Punishers.
I feel like that's what the up north teams have advantage of over down here. Although OMFFL, I feel like it's the closest you can get down here to that experience of a tournament feel every weekend. But I feel like
Sunday was very lit.
Yeah, no, I can't wait till we start getting into the heat of things down there. But I feel like New York and all them, they just have that. Everybody up there travels pretty much at almost every tournament. That's the difference. So I don't know.
Very different up there in the north.
I'm going Venom, Homer Call.
Next game we got X-Dogs, Riot Squad. Ross, who do you got?
I'm going X-Dogs.
All right, Keith, who do you got?
Throwing up the X. Hey. X-Dogs.
Hate to break it to you. I got Riot Squad winning this game. I think X-Dogs are a C team in this tournament.
Oh.
No offense to Matt Eisenberg and company.
You don't even know what side it is behind you. You still have not figured out what side it is behind you. It ain't that hard, dog. Look, signs to.
No, hold on. I knew what side it was that time.
You should still know your right and left, yeah. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I'm about to get another 40. I'm about to call 7-Eleven any second.
Oh, boy.
Going on, personally, I got Riot Squad, man. Like I said, that defense is extremely good. You know, you talked about the issues 148 had with their offense. Riot Squad had the same problem against the Blazers. They just couldn't get an offense going. And I felt like for the first 2.5 quarters of that game, they played Rob Lane extremely well. I think they're going to play Matt Eisenberg well, just as well. And I'm going to go with Riot Squad in this one. X-Dog, sorry, but you're a C team when it comes to what this game is now compared to what things were when you won Ocean City back in the day.
I will agree with that.
I love Jason Brady and Matt Eisenberg.
Yeah, I will agree with that. This is even when I played back in 2019, I think it's going to be a totally different tournament than the last Ocean City tournament. There's a lot of teams that aren't in it where people could go places. Let's just see how this shakes out.
Facts. Next game, next game, Ducks and FOE. Ross, who do you got?
I'm going to go Ducks in that one.
You got Ducks? Okay.
Yeah.
Ducks.
I got Ducks too. We're going a sweep here. I think FOE, it's tough. I think they end up in the C bracket. And it's no disrespect to them. I think they can definitely play, but I think we'll see FOE in the C. Ducks, they play top-notch competition. Like I said, GCFFA is loaded. No disrespect to Maffel. I don't think FOE's even played since Nationals. I think they were one of the teams who were unable.
Yeah, I was about to ask that, honestly. I was kind of wondering if they've even played. I haven't heard their name since Nationals. I was wondering if they played anything that we know of.
Yeah, they haven't. And because of that, I think they're going to struggle a bit in this tournament. I'm going to go Ducks here. I think FOE ends up in that C bracket. Next game, Blackhawks Riot Squad. It's also 2:15 in Oak City Baptist. I'm going to start with Ross. Your thoughts? Who do you got?
I'm going to go Blackhawks in that one.
Ross got Blackhawks. All right, Keith.
Blackhawks be warmed up.
All right.
I think it'll be ready.
Blackhawks.
You can't go wrong with Blackhawks, man. Like I said, defending Maffel champions. They've had a resume. They've been around for a long time. But I'm going to go with Riot Squad here. I think Riot Squad, I think they just pull one out here. It's going to be a close physical game. Like I said, it depends on what they got. Like, we've seen two extremes to what this Blackhawks team could bring. Whether it be a light squad they had in Ocean City 2 years ago, or Clash of New York last fall, or even the first Clash of New York when they came very heavy against our team, Blunt Talk squad. A 20-14 Blackhawks win day 2 of that quarterfinals. And you know that they're a good team when they can beat TBT. Because not many teams could beat TBT. And that's my weekly TBT plug of the week.
At least he doesn't have the trophies with him tonight.
That's too much to pack at that point. Oh, man. So, yeah, I'm going to go Riot Squad. Next game, Baez Auto, Tri-State Spartans. Ross, who do you got?
I mean, I'm going Baez.
Are you going Baez because of your bias, or are you going because your heart feels that way?
I'm going Baez because I feel like they're a better team.
All right, Ross has Baez Auto. Keith, who do you got?
Baez Auto.
Ooh, Keith going against the KFFL team. I like it. And for me, I'm going Baez as well. No disrespect to what the Spartans are doing. You know, Don Brown this time around, I feel like he's raised a much better squad than what he had with the Greencastle Antrim Spartans or Food Line, or whatever they call it.
I hope they prove us wrong. I really do.
That's the thing. If you want to, I agree with the Spartans. You and I have been the biggest haters of that team for the last year. Ever since that nonsensical comment about the time they beat TBT, which don't ever get the footage of that because it never happened. It never beat us. And they haven't beaten the Warriors either. That's my weekly Warriors plug for the week.
Yeah.
I just think this is going to be a different experience for the Spartans. Like I said, I'm happy for them in a lot of ways. I've known a lot of those guys for many years. I played with Keenan Pooler and Thad Jones on the West Virginia Ducks. And, when I was there back in 2017, which was the season where I went from being a player on the Ducks to being the media full-time for live streaming in Washington County, which is here I am today. I support them 100%. I really do. I wish them luck. I really do. Martinsburg, Inwood, that area, that whole Eastern Panhandle, that was the recruiting grounds I had and the survivors back in the day. I hope for the best for them. I really do. I just think they're overmatched against Baez, personally. I'm going Baez here. Next game, Maryland Titans, AFN. Ross, who do you got?
Titans. I got Titans winning the B in this one.
Well, way to give away your B prediction before we actually get to that part, Ross.
Yeah, sorry, I just did that.
Dickhead.
I just did that.
Keith, who do you got? Did we still have Keith?
He's there.
Oh, sorry. It was on mute. I'm here. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Titans. I'm going to go with the Titans also. Something's just pulling me that direction.
Titans? Okay. I'm going to go Titans as well. Like I said, when you got someone like Doc, I'm going to blow your mind real quick, Keith. Can you guess how old Doc is?
No.
Doc is 55 years old.
Woo. Respect.
And we'll go out there and drop dimes on you all day long.
And if you hit
with
him,
a towel on his neck.
Yeah, and if you hit him, he's going to get up, he's going to talk shit, and he's going to throw a deep bomb and burn your DB the next
He will make you pay for hitting him. I've seen it.
I saw that clip back in National. Yeah.
Got that.
You don't want to mess with Doc. Doc is that guy. Doc is that guy.
Yeah.
So we got Titans across the board there. Baez Auto, Bad Boys. You got a top 5 game right here. This is going to be a really good one. Ross, who do you got?
Oh, man. I was really hoping you wouldn't call me first for this one.
I'll call you first for every other pick. Why would you think I wouldn't call you first?
Yeah, I was just hoping.
Talk as long as you can, and then Keith can do it while I do my thing.
Oh, God. I was really hoping that you wouldn't do it. Man. The Bad Boys' first game of the day, too, so it's by a second. Man. I'm going to go Bad Boys, I think. I'm going to go Bad Boys now. Clearly no clear cut. This is, man, damn. I'm going to go Bad Boys. What you got, Keith?
I'm going to go with Baez Auto. I just that feel, I guess. Just that feel.
This one's hard.
Yeah, because I don't know a lot of these teams, granted, but Baez Auto is one that I have heard of, and I have at least seen games before.
Right.
So I'm gonna give my love to Baez Auto.
Having just came back into the room, I'm gonna go with Bad Boys on this one.
This one's tough, though.
I was going to call them Renegades again. To me, it's still the Renegades, man. You can't kill that team name. But I'm going to go Bad Boys here. Like I said, the talent is definitely there. Jaleel Figgins is a borderline A quarterback. He is on that line where he could definitely play an A. Personally, I'd love to see him behind a main event kind of team. I think he could work at that position. And that's no disrespect to what Tony can do on Baez Auto. We've seen the work he's put in the last couple of years for that team. I think that's going to be a close competitive game, but I got Bad Boys in that one and what should be a good game.
Game of the day, I think. It has that potential to be game of the day. I know there's a lot of games.
And it's crazy to think. That's going to be the same time as Misfits Lions. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's move on. Next B game, Titans and Brick Squad. Ross, who do you got?
Titans.
Titans? All right. I'm going to go Titans as well. Keith, who do you got?
I'm going to go with Titans as well.
Yeah. Like I said, I think it's the best Maryland Titans team we've seen in a long time. And when you got Doc at quarterback, I think it's almost a lock to win it. So I'm going to go with Titans here. Next game, Tri-State Spartans, Bad Boys. You're going to see hella shit talk between these teams.
Yeah,
whether it be Facebook. Yeah, you got Baltimore versus Hartford.
Yep. You got Eddie versus the whole team.
You know how this? I'm going to tell you, that's going to be a very, very fun game.
It is going to be a fun game. It is.
Like, that's a good 6:15 game on terms of just the sheer talk alone between the two squads. You know the bad boys are going to bring it. You know the Spartan gang are going to come ready to play. That's going to be a good one. So who do you got, Ross?
Bad boys.
Keith?
I am going to throw the shocker and call the Tri-State Spartans with this upset victory.
Good for you, Keith. Good job, bud. Good job.
Keith's got more confidence than I do, man. Like I said,
because see that, and that has me having the bad boys going 0-2 in this bracket.
Man, you got bad boys playing in C.
Listen, and here's the only logic that my mind can come up with here at 11 o'clock at night is that I have them losing to Baez Auto. That's going to get them frustrated. You guys are saying that's going to be a big trash talking game between Tri-State and Bad Boys. The Bad Boys already being in an upset mood. Hey, you never know. I see a possible upset happen here. Come on, Tri-State. I am rooting for you guys. You know, I got my KFFL love out there. So
it is. I mean, it is a possibility. They are kind of a new team.
That's a legit bracket, bro. That's a legit bracket. Like, that's a good bracket. Baez, Bad Boys. We don't know what the Spartans can bring to the circuit, but at the same time, we've seen the potential. Like, the talent's definitely there. Like, they got the guys to compete. It's just like, I think it's like what Tom said. It's different when you go out there and travel compared to facing your own guys at home. And I think that's where Tri-State is in for a rude awakening.
Yep, I agree with that 100%.
Yep.
Been there, done that. I remember my first tournament. Oh.
Hagerstown 2018. You had Scorpions and Rampage that weekend.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did.
And then, and then we played Scorpions again on Sunday. I had Scorpions twice.
And then the next tournament, you had Bullets and
main event.
Well, in this case, I call them mid-carter because that was half a main event. They had Pomo.
Yeah, that was a wild main event. From what I've learned since then, that was kind of a wild main event team. But
see, it's funny because that was the first time I saw main event ever. Like, I know people will say that's kind of weird, but I didn't travel before 2019. I stayed as close as I could to Hagerstown.
Right.
It just didn't make sense to me to travel. But that was the first time I watched main event, and I wondered to myself, how is this team considered the best in the country? And then I got to see Mike D at Charm City Classic, and that's when I really got to know the real man. AFN, Brick Squad, who do you got, Ross?
I'm going to go AFN.
Keith, who do you got?
I'll take the affiliate.
I think AFN snaps a streak here. I feel they have to. They have to, man. Like, because if they don't, you got to think, like, 7 in a row. They've lost 7 circuit games in a row. 7.
Yeah, fuck them stats. I'm going AFN.
I got AFN. I think the affiliates pull it out. They make it to be on Sunday. Let's go over to Northside real quick. Team Petty and Broad Axe. Who do you got, Ross?
And where did it?
Huh?
Yeah, we did that one already.
I went Team Petty.
Well, you can tell I'm drunk. Long Island Demons and Broad Axe.
There we go. Now we're getting into something new. Oh man, I know Broad Axe is gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna go Demons just for the factor of that we've already talked about. The Demons play top-notch competition and league play. There's no other way, no better way to prep you for traveling than that. So I'm going Demons.
Keith, who do you got?
I really want to pick Broadax, but my soul is being sucked towards the Demons. So I think I'm actually going to pick the Demons for whatever reason. My mind is telling me to pick the Demons.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to go Demons as well. I just don't get me. It's going to be interesting because Tyler Murdiff, the last time he played the Demons, AFN put up 24 points, but that was a very loaded AFN offense that they had that day.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you have a receiving core of Isaiah Keys, Justin Fox, Tay Sosa, and then you throw in there as a number 4 option, maybe even 3, depending how you really put it, maybe even number 1 in the form of Kevin Claiborne, JR. You know what he can bring to the table. That was a hell of affiliate offense. I don't think this Broadax team has the weapons that he had with that AFN squad. I think it's going to be a much different game this time around. I'm going Demons, but I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be cool. I hope to see Tom Hoffman and Joe Basone get a picture together in their 55s at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, that needs to happen.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be dope. Going over next game, Team Petty, Killer Bees. Ross, who do you got?
I'm going to go Team Petty.
You got Petty. Keith, you're not allowed to make a pick, obviously.
Ross, we got to have some words here on Saturday, my man.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to have a bunch of words with a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to go with the Killer Bees here. Just shot in the dark. As they.
Okay. What a way to go out on a limb, picking your own team to win. I'm kidding. I do it to Ross all the time.
No, I mean,
I don't blame you. I pick my team every time too.
Damn right. There'd be something wrong if I didn't pick my team.
Yeah, it'd be kind of weird.
You should start talking mad shit and saying why you all suck.
Huh? What do you say?
Nah, I'm kidding. I'm joking. All love to the Killer Bees. I just think with Team Petty, though. Team Petty is one of those.
They've been around
the block. You guys will
block.
realize as soon as you play them how different circuit ball really is.
Fact.
This is not the Outlaws. And I'm going to say Outlaws. I don't mean the 148 Outlaws. I mean the Grant Smith 717 Outlaws. This is not that kind of team. This team is a little more louder, a little more physical. You got a quarterback back there in James Battle, who's not just a quarterback, but he could coach too. I talked to somebody. Fun fact about Battle, he's also a head coach in semi-pro. That's a man who knows football. Yeah. And I think his experience coupled with the physicality of Petty, too much for the Killer Bees. I got Petty in this one. And, of course, the last game would be for that bracket, Long Island Demons, Killer Bees. Who do you got, Ross?
Demons.
You son of a.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I know I'm gonna have.
You're gonna be. I think someone's gonna be buying me a couple drinks here this weekend. After all this,
I can make that happen. If you all win, I can make that happen.
Heard that. Yeah. I mean, another shot in the dark. I don't know. My soul's pulling me towards Killer Bees again in that one.
I'm going to go with Demons. Like I said, it's been a bit since they've seen circuit ball. Like I said, this was a team who wasn't there around because of COVID. And, Joe talked about it earlier, how much it affected them towards nationals. And who knows what they could have done in nationals if they were able to get their guys down there. I just think this Demons team, with the pedigree they bring, don't get me wrong, though, Killer Bees, I know you guys, you're going to be motivated. I just think Demons, they're on a whole other level. It's different. And
here's a factor of Demons that nobody's taken into consideration, too. There's a lot of New York teams that are not coming down for this. That means there's a lot of New York people that are out there for the taking to bring down to this. So there's Punishers. I mean, we can name off a whole list of teams that aren't coming. That means there's people out there, like Joey says, you're a free agent. You never know where they're going to go. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure the Demons are fine by themselves, but I think they're going to add a couple pieces to it too.
And like I said to Eric last night on the show, I don't blame any team for doing that. You do anything you can.
No, hell no. What traveling do you have to?
Exactly. It's just different. It's just different. And, you know, Keith, you've seen that with the Killer Bees so far, how different travel is.
Oh yeah, and we haven't even had our first travel game yet. Yeah, oh yeah, but it's neat. It's nice. It's neat to see because get you interacting with more people. So
it is. It's an awesome experience, man.
Joe commented on the chat. He says, "Keith, we could have a beer after the game, bro."
Heard that.
All right, so we got B done. We got C done. Over on your end, Ross, I want to say your C teams were, I think you had
the Bees.
You had Bees, yeah.
I forget that other one that I had that is probably the more I thought about it, like, damn, I got them in the C.
I think you had Spartans in there as well.
Yeah, Bees, Spartans.
I want to say you had Riot Squad in your C bracket.
Yeah.
You had Riot Squad.
Yeah.
You had I think you picked the Bulls to actually win a game, I do believe. So you didn't have them.
No, I picked Bulls to win both their games.
So you have Dirty Birds in the C.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Okay, so and you had who'd you have between FOE and Venom? It's been a while. I think you had FO. I think you had Venom actually.
Yeah, I did. I got FOE going 1-1.
Okay, so looking at those teams between, in your eyes, Tri-State, Riot Squad, Dirty Birds, 717.
Yeah.
And Killer Bees. Who would you pick to win C bracket?
Riot Squad.
Riot Squad? Okay. Keith, you had in your C bracket.
So I can make this pretty simple here. The as far as C bracket's concerned and what I had, I would have to, because I had the Bad Boys going 0-2. So going off of what I had, I would have the Bad Boys as the favorite to win that bracket.
Honestly, if they're in the C bracket, they're the guaranteed favorite, man. There's too much talent on that team to lose like that. And there's too much experience, Brandon Scarborough, he's going to be on the sideline. He's going to make sure they're in a position to win that game. He's been around the game for a long time. Jaleel at quarterback. Like I said, he's a borderline A-level quarterback. He definitely could be that guy if he ever chose to play up. And I feel like that could definitely pay dividends. For me, looking at the C bracket, I had the Bulls in there. I also had FOE in there. I had X-Dogs in there, as well as the Spartans and Broadaxe and the Bees. And looking at the teams I have in that C bracket, it's a tough one. It really is. There's a lot of good competition in my C bracket. I think we're going to go with X-Dogs, though. I think X-Dogs win C. I just feel like Matt Eisenberg and company, if they have a disappointing day one, they'll come back better on day two. And against competition that's a little more on par with them, I think they can get the win. I think X-Dogs take C. Let's go to the B bracket real quick. Ross, who do you got winning B?
I already said it. I got the Titans.
Titans. Yeah, that's right. You did spoil it like 10 minutes ago.
Yep.
Keith, in your bracket, you had Killer Bees making it, so we know you got the Bees. Me personally, though, I'm on Rampage, man. I think Rampage is going to take it. I think they'll come out. They'll play very well. I think they're going to be over the problems they had last season. I think you'll get a more close in tune to Rampage of what you saw in 2019. That being a team that was in the Final Four every time. People forget Rampage has a very impressive resume, not just over the years. You go back to in recent times, Hagerstown 2018, they won the A bracket. Atlantic City, they got to the Final Four, falling to AFN. They were officially declared champions after the fact. Virginia Beach, runner-up to AFN. They went and they played A bracket ball at Charm City Classic against the Strong Island Bulldogs. They won Clash of York 1. They won Capital Classic in the A bracket, beating 7-point spread. They got to the quarterfinals at Worlds, falling to the Scorpions, who won the tournament. You go to Clash of York 2, they fell to the Scorpions again in the quarters. Tough draw. And then you go to Nationals this past year, semifinalists of the NTB Wolfpack. I think Rampage takes B. So Ross has Titans, Keith has the Bees, I have Rampage, and the C bracket, of course, I have X-Dogs, Ross has Riot Squad, and Keith, refresh my memory. Who did you have, Bad Boys?
Bad Boys.
So let's go. Yeah. So real quick, let's just flip over to the A. Let's just get it out of the way. Ross, you're supposed to do some predictions last night, but I know you got busy with the kid. Let's go ahead and look at the games on the A bracket. Strong Island Bulldogs, No Mercy, 11:30. That's going to be a good one. Who do you got, Ross?
Dogs.
Dogs?
Yeah.
Keith, you know nothing about either of these squads. If you had a shot in the dark, who would you go with? All right, Keith.
Oh, sorry. It was on mute again. Bulldogs. Bulldogs.
All right. You heard my pick last night. If you didn't remember what it was, go back and watch the episode.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, next game, Rollers, No Mercy. Ross, who do you got?
I'm going to go Rollers.
Rollers. Keith, who do you got?
No Mercy.
All right, he's got Brock and Company. That's a good pick. Strong Island Bulldogs, a dream. Ross, who do you got?
Dogs.
Keith.
Dogs.
All right. Elite Rebels and Misfits, 3:30. Ross, who do you got?
Oh, well. Yeah.
Interesting factoid coming into this game, Keith. The quarterback of Rebels, TJ Holston, he was the quarterback for Misfits when he won your Keystone League 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So we're going to get a chance to see the Misfits old quarterback take on the new Misfits team.
Oh, man. Misfits are going to hate me for this.
You got Rebels?
I think I do.
Ooh, Ross got the Elite Rebels. Keith, who do you got?
Unfortunately, I'm there with Ross. I'm gonna have to go with the Rebels. Something's just kind of leaning that way.
All right, Rebels for both of you guys. Next game, Misfits Lions, 5:00 kickoff. Ross, who do you got?
I don't want to pick.
Are you about to say Misfits 0-2?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going back to
between the Spartans and the Misfits, you're going to get blown up tomorrow on your Facebook.
I know. I'm just, man.
And the bees.
Yeah, the bees. Everybody's going to be hitting. Oh. I'm just calling it as I see it. I'm going to have to go Lions in this one. Again, I hope Misfits prove me wrong. I hope Misfits go 2-0. I truly do hope Misfits go 2-0. I don't. Prediction wise, I can't do it.
All right, Keith, who do you got?
Misfits. I'm not that out there. I'm going with Misfits.
All right. Final game of the A bracket for Saturday: Elite Rebels and Lions. Ross, who do you got?
I'm going Lions now.
Keith?
I don't know how you can't. Lions have been proven. I don't know.
Look at the resume they got. You know, they were the runner-up in Atlantic City 2019. Ocean City, I think they were. I don't know if they were in Ocean City in 2019 now, but I think about it.
I don't think they were.
I don't remember them there.
Yeah.
You know, you look at Virginia Beach 2019. They won that tournament over the Strong Island Bulldogs just when the Strong Island Bulldogs were starting their run that summer.
In the Lions and the Laneys kind of connected.
I don't believe there's a connection there. There might be players there from that squad, but I can't verify it. You might have to ask some Northern experts on that.
Did the Laneys win A in Ocean City last time it happened?
Huh?
Didn't Laney's win A last time?
They did, but I think some of the ladies guys are spread out in different squads now.
Right. I knew there was connections there. There's a couple different teams. But
yeah. I'm going to, like I said, with the Lions, you know, the resume they put in, they won Rhode Island that fall. They ended up getting to the championship game against second gen back at Worlds last year. You know, they Final Four team, semifinalists of Nationals a few months ago. I think the Rebels, they're going to put up a fight, but I got Lions here, of course. Keith, who do you got?
I'll go with Lions.
All right, gentlemen, that said, who's your A champions? Ross, you first.
I gotta go Dogs.
Dogs.
I have to. How do you not?
Keith, who do you got? Keith?
Yeah,
he's thinking. It's a tough one.
Rampage.
Wrong bracket.
What bracket are we doing? My bad.
You look at the A bracket on Northside Park. Lagoon Field.
Oh, gotcha.
There you go.
Rollers and
Strong Island, No Mercy, Dream, and Elite Rebels.
Yeah.
Bulldogs
as well. All right. So to summarize our picks, on the C bracket level, Ross Collins, you said that you had. Now you had Riot Squad, I remember.
Yeah, I got Riot.
Keith had in his C bracket Bad Boys. My C bracket that I had was the X-Dogs. B bracket, Ross, you got Maryland Titans. Keith has the Killer Bees, obviously. And for me, I'm going Rampage. And for the A, of course, I believe we always struggle out across the board there. So that's what we got for picks. Let me go ahead and announce some of the games that the three of us will be calling. On my end, the first game you'll hear from me.
My A pick.
What's that?
Can I change my A pick just because?
Who's your A pick?
I'm going to go Rollers.
Rollers. Okay. Hey, remember, they almost beat Main Event back in Nashville.
Let's not sleep on the Rollers over here.
Let's not. Can't sleep on the
Rollers. Just because you two were Dogs. And I think the Rollers have a legit chance of winning. All
right. Let's take a look at the games we'll be calling. First game you'll see out of us, 10:15, Ocean City Baptist. Ross Collins will have it, 717 Elite versus Rampage. And then at about 11:30 on my field over at Northside, I'll give you Strong Island versus No Mercy. Ross will have on the other field X-Dogs and Blackhawks. And then at 1 p.m. on my end, I got Demons versus Broad Axe. Ross will have for you Ducks versus Venom. And then at 2:15 We got Team Petty and Killer Bees on my field. Ross is going to be taking a break on that one. 3:30, I'm going to be live for Rollers versus Dream. Ross will have Titans versus AFN. And then at 5 on my field, I got Misfits and Lions. And Ross got a bit of a read option there. If that, it's going to be between the winner of Baez and Tri-State versus Bad Boys. So either Ross will have the 5 p.m. game or the 6:15. Keith, as we told everybody earlier in the week, you got Elite Rebels and Lions at 6:15. Any other games on that A side of the field you might take a look at? Right now, Rollers and No Mercy will be available at 1 p.m. And, of course, that would be about it. You could also try to hit up Rollers and Dream. If not, we'll be good to go on your end. Either way, looking forward to the coverage. It'll be a great weekend, gentlemen. What's that?
Rollers and No Mercy. Sounds
All
really
right.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be making my way out there. So,
I think it's going to be a great time, man. I'm really looking forward to it. Ocean City weekend. It's finally here. 3 days away. Let's do it, fellas. We'll see you on the field this weekend for Ross Collins, Keith Giles, Tom Hoffman, Joe Cassone, James Battle, Dallas First. I'm Joey Blaze saying good night. We'll see you in Ocean City.
later.
Later.
Wait.